my nice tiger shirt.
Hey, and we're live.
Hey, everybody.
Everyone in chat. Here we go. So, hey, Derek. Hey, Jack. Hey, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hey,
Hi,
Leah.
Catherine.
Hey,
Hi,
Greg.
Jack.
Who did we miss?
Hi, Greg. Hi, Leah. Hi,
How's
Catherine.
everyone doing?
Not bad.
Oh, so we can actually see the chat.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Hey.
You should be able to see chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Victoria. Hey, Greg.
Tonight hey, Victoria.
Hi, Derek.
We are joined by the three hosts of the Natural History Covered podcast. So we've got Drew, we've got
Hello.
Gareth, and we've got Aaron.
So,
We should have done that wrong. Or did we? We didn't.
Hi, Victoria.
Let's see. Oh.
because I keep getting confused
It
because
is,
it's mirrored,
it
so
is
I
the
wave
worst
it off
podcast
screen.
ever.
Hi, Jess.
I don't want that one.
I just, in answer to what Jess just said, I did say to Gareth earlier on, or the other day, wasn't it, that it's worse than waterboarding.
Yes.
Our podcast is-
Similar.
It's worse.
It's
yeah,
similar.
it's similar, but
It's a
worse.
similar
Listening
experience.
to us is
Really sell it.
worse than waterboarding.
Yeah.
I just said it wasn't.
Just as a
Hi, Victoria. Eric.
Cool. Right. How do I do? I'm just working stuff out here. Cool.
Quite nice. Doesn't matter.
How do I make these guys bigger?
Oh no.
Oh. How do I make just the guys bigger and us small?
Was it there? Whatever the
There's one which got him on the side, which so you've
Yep.
got a big picture and it's got him on the side. I think you click that one.
Yeah, and then do I click something else afterwards?
I'm not sure.
Because it just keeps making me bigger.
just click. There's the top left of their screen. You'll see it'll make just them bigger.
Yeah, that's just for solo, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Trying to think. It's odd. It's hard to do it when it's not here right in front of
Oh,
me.
you did it. Now you just have to put the other person in the bigger screen.
Okay, no, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Oh, what have I done here? Oh my god, what have I done?
It's hard to explain it when you're not right there. Like I could do it if it was sitting right in front of me.
Exactly.
Nothing's gone black, so you know we're still here.
Hey, Josh.
Because this kind of feels like
Hi, Joff.
Kevin Feige gets like all
Hi, Amy.
them together
Oh,
for the
Phil, you
Avengers.
Hey,
had
mate.
your t-shirt on
Can I
today.
get like an
I had my
Infinity War
t-shirt on
photo?
yesterday.
This is like the. Oh, we can't even see those guys there. Oh. We're just writing. We're writing who's there. Draw little smiley faces.
Oh, the cuckoo clock.
The cuckoo clock. The cuckoo clock has made its way onto the live stream.
I will just have you guys as big at the moment.
Oh.
Hey, LJ.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, LJ. At least we got some new faces to look at.
Well, we're not much. That's why we tend to do an audio format.
It is,
you know.
yes. That's why.
Yeah, but you're lucky, you're boys. You know, the boys get it easy. The girls, if the girls are new, they get attacked by all the boys.
Think yourselves lucky that there's not smell-o-vision on this.
Say anything?
So, yeah, for everyone in chat who perhaps don't know who these guys are, they are the Natural History Covered podcast, of which you've got your initials the wrong way around, I've just noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Words one. I rushed the word one. One who does the words.
So, which is a fantastic podcast. If you have not listened to it, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, they brought back Walrus news as well today.
They did, yes.
did,
This is the latest episode. Some more Walrus news.
I enjoy Walrus news.
I like someone's pointed out my dreadlocks, which is very nice of you. It does look arachnic knitting. It does look like legs on here. It's like a face hugger crawling over my scalp.
Hi, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Well, how did you come up with starting a podcast? What gave you the idea?
I mean, that's you guys.
We've been throwing an idea around for podcasts for ages, haven't we?
We were sat on lunch thinking, what on earth could we do? This was during COVID, so it was sort of, I think everyone was basically doing one at this point.
I think because we were talking about, and I said to you that I wanted
for a lot longer before that. Yeah.
I wanted to do a podcast that was based on wildlife species from the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And that's how we started talking about that, didn't we? Because
Yeah.
I didn't know that you wanted to do a podcast as well, and that was what brought the conversation up.
Yeah, so it was basically just chatting on lunch, and then I discovered that I could do it off my phone with very little equipment, so we went with that. You know.
You wouldn't think it came about that way though, because it's never mentioned Star Wars on the show ever, so you wouldn't guess.
No, you two never mentioned
Never.
Then I thought I'd rope in Drew, who's also a natural history aficionado.
Yeah,
should we say?
Gareth jumped into a game of Red Dead Redemption that I was playing and just said, do you want to devote several days of your week to this?
Want a job on top of your job that doesn't pay anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
sure.
I think I think you've given away our biggest production there. Most of our production meetings, shall we say,
Yes,
are carried out whilst on horseback shooting other people, animals, or holding up, stagecoaches.
I would say that other Western games are available, but they're not. So.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much where we've come from.
Oh, that makes more sense, Doug. I wonder what Doug was going on about. He said about that he's an island boy when he puts the dress forward, but he meant dress, not dress. I was wondering where Doug was going with this idea of someone putting the dress forward. So.
What's that? Oh, dread.
Yeah.
Big ups, RD. Red Dead Redemption 2. I was thinking that's not how you spell C-3PO's mate.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah. It's a good game to have your meetings on.
It is.
Until
Shall we talk about bears this week? Yeah, there's one.
Doesn't really send a good message of liking nature when my character is styled to look like Darwin. He's sort of the anti-Darwin. He goes around shooting everything.
No, I got an axe. I embed my axe in things.
Yeah. Well, it does get a little bit hard to have some sort of planning meeting when people start shooting at you and you lose focus because the horse has been shot.
Doug says put your dreads up on your head and say I'm an island boy. I think you need to pay for that, Doug.
Yeah. I was about to do it. Make a donation to the podcast.
Hi, Callum.
Hey, Happy.
So, for the people that have just joined the game, just reintroduce yourselves for people who don't know who you are, guys. First, even just a bit of background about yourselves.
Do you want to go that way or that way? I'll go in the middle.
Whatever. You go first. Go on.
One of you.
Me.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
How intimate do you want us to be?
How intimate? Okay, I want For my attention.
That's one way.
Right.
You start.
Why not? I'll start. Right, sort of background-wise, I'm a zookeeper. Pretty much the only job I've ever really done, apart from working at McDonald's. Very long time ago in Australia. That will come up at some point.
Well, Gareth has to get in like anything like that. He's living
He's
in
now
Australia.
trying to get it into other people's products.
I'm still in the process of trying to design a jingle.
Hi, Maria.
Hey, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
But yeah, I've worked with a variety of different animals. My main focus these days is more invertebrates, reptiles, and fish. I've rediscovered my passion for fish. I've forgotten how good they are to look after. And yeah, dinosaur mad as well. Haven't been fossil hunting in over 2 years, but yeah, would like to go fossil hunting again. And pretty much that's it. Sort of zoo education stuff, and yeah, it's pretty much me. I either spend time teaching people about animals when I get a chance, or boring them about animals and dinosaurs. So yeah, right, one of you two.
Yes.
Okay. I like Gareth. I'm a career zookeeper. I've been a zookeeper for about just shy of 14 years. I've worked with all kinds of things. I actually started out wanting to be a primate keeper, but worked out that primates weren't very nice. So I went into carnivores, where I've kind of really hung around with the large carnivores, mostly big cats, so tigers, lions, leopards. Was working at a safari park and successfully breeding bush dogs, and now alongside
breeding the bush dogs.
breeding the bush dogs,
breeding the bush dogs.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. Now I'm a dog trainer as well.
Oh. And I, again, similar story. I'm an ex-zookeeper now, so I'm not currently a zookeeper. I now work for a conservation charity. But yeah, I started off wanting to be a zookeeper since I was a kid. I did as much as I possibly could without going to university. I, like a proper white boy, ended up volunteering abroad in South Africa and Sri Lanka. Got a lot of experience out of those two. Then got home and managed to get a job with these two bellends. And it's been smooth sailing ever since.
It's been absolute misery, isn't it?
Hi, Jeremy.
Oh, Michael. Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, Michael.
So, that's I mean, so the podcast. How long has the podcast been going now? Was it February it started?
February.
February.
Yeah, we started late February.
We're episode
42 is the one that we got to record this coming week.
Yeah, 41 just came out today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
Episode 42 we'll be recording tomorrow night.
We haven't been shut down yet, so cancelled. And sometimes we do say things that could wind people up a little bit.
Hey, Andrew, I do enjoy your
Hi,
rants.
Anton.
I do quite enjoy your rant, especially yours, Aaron, when you get going on a sort of topic.
I have to edit him quite heavily.
I can imagine. So, it's very. I'm normally, because I normally listen to it whilst working, and I'm like turning it down just in case people can hear me or hear it through the side of the invert enclosure. Sometimes like, oh, hang on. So,
Hi, Andy.
You know what?
Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Thank you. That's quite proud of that.
That's one of the benefits, I suppose, of invertebrate enclosures. You can hide away, and
Yeah.
listen to the thing.
LJ's asked, what's the scariest animal you've worked with? For all of you.
Do you want to take that one first?
I mean, two of us have worked with lions. And you do.
All
All
three of us
have worked with lions. But I wouldn't say they're necessarily scary. Those two.
No.
I'm going to say there's three animals in contention for me.
Hi, Anton.
Scolopendra,
Richard's here.
because
You're Richard.
those things are just fast and scary in themselves.
Hi, Richard.
Especially the one that managed to get out that time.
Yeah, the Scolopendra get out.
Yeah, slightly terrifying, but I managed to get it back in.
That'd be Mark's worst nightmare. That would.
Yeah, really.
Definitely.
They are probably the only invertebrate I think is just they're just a bit sort of wrong. I like them, but they're just a bit wrong. A golden eagle once that tried to get me when I had my back turned, but I turned a broom around in enough time and it took the broom instead of me. And cassowaries.
Yeah, I imagine cassowaries being.
Although, I mean, I'd still Scolopendra. I think is the one that is. That's the one I've actually felt pretty scared of.
Yeah. Someone was it Jack that mentioned macaques are scary?
Yeah, Jackson macaques. Yeah.
I think all of us are working macaques as well, and completely agree with that, and baboons too.
I've worked with a couple of crab-eating macaques, and like one was lovely. The other one, like she would try and lure you into a false sense of security, and then and then would just pounce at you.
Yeah.
So always scared I had something in between me and the macaque.
Yes. I also worked with again when I was in South Africa, again as a white boy. I worked with blue cranes, which is their national bird. But we had to go in with them. There was no other choice really. And one of them had quite a gammy leg. He was called Murray, and he had a vendetta. And all we had to defend ourselves was basically a rake. And I remember when I was out there, we got there was like a news story about a zoo nearby who also had blue cranes, and they were going in with theirs with proper riot gear, and we were just sitting there with a rake against this gammy blue crane. It was very aggressive. So he was quite scary. It's not quite a normal one, but he was pretty terrifying.
Rake versus blue crane.
Yeah. Yeah, but we didn't have proper riot gear.
I think I've kind of got two species that are joint for different reasons. The first one, I'll tell this because I absolutely love this story. Kind of like Drew's white boy in South Africa story.
You've done some white boy stuff as well.
I've done some white boy stuff over in Southeast Asia. I got involved with some tiger conservation voluntarily. And on we went out on a poacher trek, and we set up camp. We were taken out by local tribes people, taken out to set up camp by their women who were out foraging for fruit along the way, and they left us once we set up camp. And about 15 minutes later, the men turn up all puffed out of breath and stuff. And the reason why is because like 10, 15, 20 yards out of our camp. I'm pointing, but you can't see. And also, we're in England. But just a few yards outside of camp was a boar kill, and it was a very stereotypical tiger kill in a very stereotypical tiger kind of denning area. So they came and kept us company overnight. So that's probably the most dangerous in the wild. But of all the big cats and big dogs that I've worked with in captivity, the tigers, the lions, leopards, I think the most dangerous animal I've probably actually African elephants, but no, I think the most dangerous I've worked with is actually kangaroos, and the reason for that was because it was free contact with the kangaroos, and those things can eviscerate you with a kick. I remember trying to separate them and catch them up one time with a tennis net. So yeah, they're probably pretty scary in a pinch.
Were they reds?
No, they were greys, so they're not as big
greys.
or as not as aggressive as the reds. But
I remember doing work experience and being put in the red kangaroo enclosure as a work experience. I was just having big old reds stand up at you, and you're like, okay, you're intimidating.
When they size you up, they're huge. They're going to go up.
You can see the pecs.
They've got a six-pack.
muscles.
Yeah.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger of marsupials.
And you give them a rake just to protect you, just to hold a rake out in front of you. This is plastic.
Yeah. I'm going to sing the praises of rakes and brooms because, like I said,
they are effective.
If I hadn't had that broom, I'd have been taken out by a golden eagle that was really pissed.
I did actually. I've been bitten on the arse by a blue crane.
Oh,
Yeah. That was in my first job. Go in there. He's fine. Poke. Ow.
Yeah.
One of my first jobs here, I was like, back when I was a volunteer, mucking out the goats that we had, and one of them headbutted me up the arse straight into a house. And then just proceeded to lick the salt lick with his eyes going crazy at me. And then again, he just had to hold a rake in front of me, kind of thing. Like, yeah, rakes and brooms are like a zookeeper's best friend often.
Yeah, I've worked with cheetahs.
I've also worked with cheetahs as well. To answer to a question on that,
I haven't.
Yeah,
it's one of the cats I've always fancied working with. I like cheetahs.
They are very cool. Very, very, very different.
Yes.
I've done minimal with work experience. Well, I was work experience on minimal with cheetahs.
What was yours? Where did you work with cheetahs?
In my first job. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We worked with a few cats. Been on the list.
Cheetahs are really cool because, just like I say, they're so different from all the other cats. Like all the other cats, there's all this base model, which obviously cheetahs shit. But then cheetahs, there's something very dog about cheetahs. It's not just the non-retractable claws. It's just they're an incredible animal.
Yeah. Well, Paris's work. So my wife's worked with cheetahs.
Just amazing.
But, yeah. That was when she was.
Would give your right arm just. If you got close to one, you might end up without your right arm. But again, they're different from other cats in that, like whether you go from the African black-footed cat right up to the Amur tiger, they're all very aggressive and very dangerous. Cheetahs have actually been trained and used in traditional hunting. In fact, the hood that you see on falcons, on birds of prey and falconry, that was actually adapted for cheetahs, and that activity, I think that only just died out in the early 1900s.
Cheetah.
Yeah, you go out and be a falconer with a cheetah on his arm.
I was going to say, it's
bloody hell, this is heavy. This is heavy. Go, cheetah, go.
That's not bad.
So, I mean, apart from playing video games, how do you come up with sort of your topics and stuff for your podcast? Because you cover various topics. The creature feature. You have pop culture corner, your MythBusters sort of things, word of the week.
We've got a couple more that we haven't put in yet that we're thinking of. A few more segments that we want to do.
A lot of it has just been getting stuff off our chest.
Yeah.
The news thing seems like an obvious thing to have because there's always something.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for ages for a story about HS2 because I was dying to talk about it.
Also, sometimes, to Drew's point, sometimes you feel like outside of your work bubble, you don't have outside of your work bubble, and like I suppose our partners, you don't have a lot of people that you can kind of talk to about this stuff. Which there's a lot of pressure on people in our field where we listen to all this bad news and everybody else just doesn't see or understand it, and sometimes you just want to bash people's heads together. So yeah, Drew's point is like get a chance to get stuff off our chest whilst educating people about why this is such a problem.
Yes. Yeah.
The pop culture thing is that comes into it from the fact that
We're nerds.
us are all nerds. As you probably see behind.
And much to Gareth's chagrin, this is the real god. I'll get that.
We are at Aaron's house. That might also be important to point out.
Not like that 2007 monstrosity or the 2014 thing. That's the original Godzilla. That's the real Godzilla.
So yeah, I mean,
have you had that toy a lot?
Yeah, since I was like really.
Oh, he's seen all sorts.
His eyes have they've lost color.
The things that toy has seen. Yeah, there's always a nice crossover, especially with things like Jurassic Park. Yeah, that is a huge. That's basically how I became as obsessed with dinosaurs as I am.
Yeah.
And it's the gateway drug, it gets you in there, but then you get to learn more about it. It's always fun talking about the news bits of, what's changing in those fields or different bits and pieces. Something I'd say that's happened far more nowadays because people have got the ability to 3D print things. There are people like Kickstarter things and stuff like that. People are making of these like really intricate either toys, collector's items, or model kits and different things like that on their own back, and people are buying it because there is that sort of appeal there, and it's well, yeah, I think that all fits quite nicely. We've added seconds as we go.
The horny dinosaur podcast.
Well, it was. Technically, Ceratosaurus doesn't really.
It's not the most horny.
It's not the horniest dinosaur, no. But that was just the name that I went with for this week. It was a bit of a hard one to come up with, actually.
Well, I guess we could have the hornier dino and then the horniest dino.
I'm sure we'll put horny dinosaurs on there at some other point.
Frequently,
yeah. We haven't got Triceratops in it or anything.
We haven't. That is one of the most horny dinosaurs, I suppose.
So, Mia of Unusual Cases, what's your favourite dinosaur?
Mine's always been Triceratops. Since I was a kid, it hasn't changed.
There's too many in my thought to name, but I suppose Baryonyx and Trilophosaurus are the two big contenders.
Mine's always been Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I suppose to a lesser extent Deinonychus.
Yeah.
Raptor. Very much a Michael comment.
My favourite. Do you think he saw us?
Yeah.
I don't think he saw us. No.
Spinosaurus. Can I clear up? Yeah, I want to clear something up here. Like, I can't speak for Drew, but I don't hate Spinosaurus.
No, I know I don't either.
Gareth keeps saying I hate it. He keeps saying we both hate it. Apparently, I just hate the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park. That thing is just awful.
It's an abomination.
It's as bad as the 1997 Godzilla. I don't even care that Spinosaurus beat the T-Rex in the movie. That doesn't make any difference. Like, I'm sure it could have. One or two times out of 10 fights, I say the Spinosaurus has a chance. But it was just awful. It's just an awful movie, awful representation of the dinosaur.
But
sorry,
it's getting better.
All right, now.
They just brought out a trailer for Camp Cretaceous, and I want to talk about this on the podcast because that Spinosaurus is still there.
Yeah. There's inevitably always something we end up talking about because most of the creature features are animals that we find interesting,
novel. or
I mean,
oddities.
it's because we're miserable. We always have a problem with something. So
Yeah.
it's always something to
I
The
like
myth-busting thing is the newest thing that we added in because
Well, we had a number of myths that we thought actually that'll be quite a good segment.
yeah. I mean, the biggest one that we will do at some point is birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah, we need to do
I'm
that.
still surprised to this day the amount of people who do not know that birds are dinosaurs.
Mm.
You know, so
But I say, yeah, get it all the time. Like people are like, "Oh, I wish you could see a dinosaur." Well, there's a picture.
yeah,
You've seen one, kind of thing. But yeah, so many people still don't know that. So, but then yeah, within the zoos, sometimes it's not surprising because so many people think that sheep are rhinos. Stuff. You know, black and white rough lemurs are red pandas.
Yes, or me.
And stuff. That sometimes it's not surprising that that people don't realise that birds are dinosaurs.
Well, I always like to say, especially at work, if someone comes along and they're looking at a particular bird and they go, "Oh, they look really like dinosaurs," I go, "They are dinosaurs." But if you really like dinosaurs as well, you can go to the cafe where they sell turkey dinosaurs, which are made from dinosaur in the shape of a dinosaur. So, dinosaur-shaped dinosaur.
What boggles my mind is when they say you hear a family saying about birds, how birds look like dinosaurs, but then they say just like crocodiles are dinosaurs, or iguanas are dinosaurs. Oh, that boggles my mind.
Yeah, it's the media, but, it's how they're portrayed. Feathered dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah, Jack, I have some in my freezer actually.
I mean, he's not wrong. Can you beat
My daughter doesn't like them.
dinosaurs and smiley faces?
Oh yeah. We've got potato smiley faces as well.
Oh, cool. We've got to have.
Do a cooking segment one day, cooking dinosaurs in the shape of dinosaurs with smiley faces.
Yeah.
I thought it's employed in my password.
Jack knows it. So yeah, that's all. And then obviously things like you word of the week. That's always really interesting as well. I've learned quite a bit through that because often so many words we get confused up with things like recently done the whole carnivore and carnivorous or carnivorous, and that not something that's a carnivore is not necessarily carnivorous. So because so many people get confused when we say that red pandas are carnivores, yet most of their diet is bamboo and fruit and veg.
And then when equally, when people say sharks are carnivores, and then you say no, they're carnivorous.
Yeah. Well, we did amphibian versus amphibious.
Amphibious as well, yeah.
I seem to when I do pub quizzes, I tend to end up arguing with the quiz person because they're wrong. They know it. Well, they may not know it, but they're wrong. What was it? What is a hippo defined as? And the answer came back, it's an amphibian. And I went, no, it's amphibious. What's the difference? Well, one's a member of the frog and salamanders and everything, and the other one just lives in water some of the time. But no one could separate the two in their minds. So yeah, it's words that often get mashed together and completely misused.
I think the word of the week is the segment I learned the most from as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting to explore language, isn't it?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, and the etymology of things, where the
Drew's
words come from.
Drew's real help with that.
Yeah.
Well, I like etymology. Oh, yeah, I like etymology. I think we went quite hard by doing jizz quite early.
We set the tone for what we were going to be like.
You jizzed too early.
Immediately jizzed.
Which I think you may need to explain to everyone.
No, just listen to the episode.
On jizz.
On jizz.
listen
know,
to that episode and make a donation, and then you'll get the pineapple dreadlock head.
And then he'll do the thing.
Dance, monkey dance.
I like Desert.
Yes, Pakistan are cool as well. Agreed.
Yeah, apart from when Jurassic Park decides to put 3 different ones with different names when they're all the same one.
Yeah. I mean, don't even go down that road. But the Pachycephalosaurs are an interesting group, but they often portrayed far too like the whole head butting thing. They'd kill each other if they did that.
Yeah.
You know? They'd punch the side of things.
Fun though.
Fun. I mean, if you're gonna
Fun
smash your head
for the whole family. I'll be right back.
There's put one. So we done a bit of a kind of a quiz last night on Christine's channel, and one of the questions I got was, do slow worms hibernate?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd say yes.
Well, I went with yes. According to the quiz, no. And then when I looked up, it was like, they just become less active and sleep.
Right.
Which is like, well. So, Joff's right. If you leave the camera at any point, you've gone for a poo.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a given. Anytime anybody leaves, they've gone for food.
If anyone,
There is a very good chance of that being accurate.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, when Aaron leaves, it's for that reason.
He has been
We
late.
can take you up there. If you want.
He's been late to recording sometimes because he's been, shall we say, on a conference call.
when you gotta go.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure he'll find out that we've said this later, and well, I don't know whether he'll care or not.
He won't disagree.
No,
That's the thing. He won't disagree. Well, if you could hibernate for any part of the year, what would that be? Oh, that's a good question. Oh,
Definitely.
And permanently isn't an option. He's just thought.
that is a good question. That was really quick, dude.
Yeah.
It was a false
Oh.
It was a false alarm, as in you didn't need one.
I'm going to say January through February. I'm not really keen on like the coldest part of the year.
What's that?
If you could hibernate for any part of the year, what would it be?
Oh, I wouldn't. I'd just migrate.
Yeah, actually, that'd be better.
I'd just follow the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have a good poo?
Yeah, I've got to tell you, if you leave the camera at any time, you've gone for a poo.
Hey, I did not visit the Thunderbox on this occasion.
He just went to
You're awesome.
I thought I had my daughter crying, but no, she just coughed.
Yeah.
But the I have like daddy sense, like spider sense. That daddy sense is tingling, but no. Drop the log.
That's Michael.
I think there's like a rock song in that if you want to make some money.
Yeah, I was going to say there's
Drop the log. Can't drop the log.
You started now. Michael will come up with lyrics. He will start typing in lyrics.
Oh, there's a Pokemon going right now.
Oh,
yeah. There's
We didn't answer the question.
What question?
Hibernating. What time of the year would you?
well, yeah.
Oh, you did.
I kind of said that I'd rather migrate, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I quite like the cold. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I just sit outside.
I don't like British winter. I don't like British winter because I think it gets cold for no reason. No reason at all. Like if it was gonna snow, bring it on. As much snow as you can give me, I'll be happy. Snow and thunder and lightning, and then a summer full of sunshine. But since you don't give us snow in Britain, I see no reason to stay for the winter.
I think my biggest mistake
Lucky to it all.
I think my biggest mistake was being too acclimatized to Australia, so I had to become a reptile.
There it is. Token Australian. he's our diversity.
I'm the diversity. With like the three whitest people you can come up with.
Wow. Yes.
Yes, the whole country comes to a standstill, and everyone complains. Wow, I can't go to work. Crack out your snowboard and get on with it.
Josh asked if you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just thinking about things.
Apparently, Eddie's kittens are broken.
I mean, cats are always a little broken anyway, aren't they? You know?
Cats are on another level, aren't they?
Oh, nice. Smash in there.
He's in there with these lyrics, isn't he?
Yeah, write them down.
Michael will be. He'll be going for the rest of the stream with these until something else is said.
Brew up and dig up some truffles.
So there was a Pokemon Go invite. That was interesting in itself. I don't think we've actually talked about on there, but yeah, that's
you have.
Have I? Okay.
What on the podcast?
On the podcast, he's mentioned it. Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't remember what we mentioned this week.
When you have to edit them, you remember the stuff.
Well, all right, fine. It's just that's my fault for getting you two into that. But you know,
yeah, I reflected on the game for the longest time. This guy just kept on and on and on and on and on and on, and somehow broke my willpower.
It's the only halfway decent game on a phone.
I like Marvel Strike Force, but I'm a little bit annoyed with that game at the moment.
I hate it. Are you playing it now?
Yeah, but it's
money.
I won't pay for it. I won't pay for it. I'd be happy being the worst prepared on a game as long as I don't have to drop money on it.
Yeah.
Hey, zookeeper wages.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't earn a lot of money.
No.
That's why for the longest time the sort of microphone we had was the phone.
Yes,
basically.
Yeah.
Sitting there next to a phone, recording it, just sort of shouting at a phone.
Have you tried listening to our first episode? It is unlistenable. Like the audio is so bad, and then when I speak, you can't hear a damn thing I say.
You were so quiet. Yeah.
Aaron, what do you think? Very interesting.
But weirdly, our highest rated episode.
Hi, Aaron.
Yeah. Well, but people listen to that one first. So they go straight to the first one.
Aaron.
Yeah, unfortunately, first impressions last.
Yeah.
Never been able to claw it back, have we?
No.
But I think it's the same like with YouTube stuff. Like my first videos, I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, they're terrible. We're always our own worst critics.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
But the silver lining to that is that you can recognize like how far you've come.
Exactly.
Wow. There we go. Philosophical.
And I'm gonna go have a nap now after that thought.
Your videos are really good, Phil. I enjoyed those.
Yeah,
and obviously the people that know me, they've all got channels as well. Like Mark does a lot of rehousings of tarantulas. So Christine has a fair few tarantulas as well as frogs now as well. And he's got quite a few different tarantulas and various other things.
Apologies. I've just realised this tab is still open and it's making noise.
Oh, yeah, go.
Nope.
There we go.
All right.
Broadcasting on two different things.
No, it's just I could hear the messenger tone going off because it's from the Star Wars admin group.
Oh,
Priorities.
yeah, big priorities.
So, do you guys keep any animals privately at all? No, bedtime.
Hello.
That wasn't.
Hi, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
How you feeling, bud? You're alive now?
He's back to the land of living.
It's really good to have. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, you've got more animals.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry,
The question.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
You've got the more interesting collection.
Really? Well, I guess
Definitely at the moment, yeah.
So I've got 2 cats, and I've got a Herman's tortoise, and I've got 2 crested geckos.
What does your tortoise like to do?
My tortoise likes to shag shoes. Pastime.
In fact, I'm fairly certain there is an episode you can hear.
You can
the
hear it,
tortoise in
yeah.
the background.
You hit every now and then. Hear this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's my horses for you.
Yeah.
And I had once here at work, one of our male young soul carter kind of chasing after a volunteer with a very erect penis. So, and then I was like, what the hell is this thing? Where's it coming at me? And what's this breaking out of it?
Very happy.
Yes, Jess has just put on the comments. It's only her shoes.
Only her shoes. Oh, okay.
He has started. He has taken a liking to mine since, but Jess's were his. They were the first shoes that he went.
That's where his heart is.
It is where his heart is. Yeah.
Maybe they smell nicer.
Probably. Probably.
You had quite a eclectic collection of.
At one
things
point, yeah, we sort of toned down what I've got.
Oh.
Are you well known for that as well?
I don't think I've ever tagged a shoe.
You don't think?
I don't know. I mean, you know, some of these zoo conferences that me and Gareth go on, who knows what happens when we're drunk?
Yeah, there was a lot of drink. It's really sad that COVID-wise, it's sort of meant that there hasn't been a lot of the sort of in-person conferences.
God.
It was, I mean, the amount of drinking that seems to go on is kind of staggering sometimes. But pet-wise, no, I don't have anywhere near the amount anymore. I've got one hissing cockroach.
All by itself.
Wow,
one on its own. He's
a lonely boy.
I know. It's,
I think that might be the only hissing cockroach in the world that's on its own.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting him a female. He's the last of a group of them.
Just get him a shoe, mate.
Something will fit in the tank.
You get a little like a Lego shoe or something.
Yeah.
Little doll
He
shoe.
lives in a quite large exoterra all on his own at the moment. But it comes out of a night when I'm on the computer. So you just see him watching.
He's out at the tank glass.
Just sort of blasting.
Leave me on my fucking own.
At the moment, that's literally it. We don't have anything else. My parrot that I do have is living with my parents whilst we have a 1-year-old tearing around the house. Probably a lot easier than that. He's actually quite set in his ways and travels down with them every couple of weeks. He's probably the most well-travelled parrot in the world. In fact, we're going to get the hat trick in.
When I was in Australia.
That's where he was born, and we had him flown back here. So he's been with me for.
I did not know that.
No, I didn't know he was born in Australia.
Yeah.
Because he never talks about it.
No, he never talks about his time in Australia.
He'll be 21 this year. He's an Indian ringneck, so he's doing well. But we used to have rats, wetters, stick insects, a huge amount of different things. But we sort of toned things down.
The cockroach was the only survivor.
It's the only one that's outlived the rats. Yeah. I mean, most people think insects don't live that long, but rats, 3 years at the most. And the cockroach he's going strong at about 5 or 6. So
wow.
Close to that.
I've had quite a collection in my time, but everything from cats, horses, sugar gliders, chickens. But right now, we have my daughter's cat who's named T'Challa, and we have my missus. She has a duck, a magpie duck called Darth Maul. I named it, obviously. It's quite fitting as well because she chases the cats. And then we have my cat, whose name is Artemis, and much like Gareth's parrot, she's the most well-traveled cat I've ever known because she was actually born in Barcelona. She lived with me in Spain, and then lived with me in a van in France, and then came back here. So yeah. Oh, and also, I have a 2-year-old wild child that's somewhat like Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys.
That's a good reference.
If she's not tearing around the house like a mad little girl, then she's dreaming about mad things in her sleep. The other night, she rattled off a full register of every person she knew, and then she screamed dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think having a child is like having a large primate in the house that you can't legally put in a cage. Well, yeah.
It is a primate, Gareth.
Well,
yeah.
This is the guy that gets upset by people saying birds are like dinosaurs.
All right, fine, but you don't. If you go, here is my child, the primate. People look at you weird.
Hey, faceless. So it's quite a difficult one. Favorite stick insect?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about stick insects or individual stick insects to pick a.
Hello.
Going to be.
Oh, no, it's
Maclay's spectres. I've always liked them.
I don't know much about stick insects, but yeah, that is basic.
You're right. Yeah, it's very vanilla, but I really like them.
What are those blue ones?
Oh,
Which blue ones?
The Madagascar ones.
Nice, yeah.
Archaeoptera.
That's the one. Yeah.
What's it now? It's manga, isn't it? Manga.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, they reclassified them, didn't they?
They are nice looking.
yeah. Well, it used to be Phalanx, or thought it was Phalanx, but Phalanx isn't in captivity, I think. Thomas would know.
In fact, I'm fairly certain it was him that was telling me that at some point. But
Probably.
actually, I'm going to change my stick insect. My favourite one is the New Zealand.
It would be
rough,
New Zealand.
rough stick insect. The ones that we get down this end of the country. I've seen them in the wild in New Zealand, and I'm still yet to see them in the wild in the UK. As much as I want to find them, I have kept them as pets, and they were just really nice.
Lewis's favourite is the Sunnies, the Sangaya.
They're nice.
Inexpectato. Yeah, they're quite nice species. I've got the lowlands. They breed like mad. Hey, Moon.
Hey, Moon.
You've got a nice collection of those at work. Actually, they're one of those ones that I just really. They're pretty. They're really a nice little pretty species. And neither of you have seen them.
No, I don't think I have seen them. No, to be fair. But I like
outside people.
No. The ones out of the species I've worked with, I like jungle nymphs, the bright green ones.
Nice.
I think they're absolutely. I know that they're very vanilla as well, but they're absolutely stunning. Green's my favorite color, and the actual shade of green that they are is bang on the shade that I like. I do have a least favorite too, and that's from Clay, which is the one you said is your favorite, because they bred like. I don't even know if I can say the word on the live stream, but yeah.
Say it.
Say it.
Yeah, they bred like wildfire, and it was my task, my curse in life to head count them, and Christ on a stick, that was difficult.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
Was it a while ago? I tasked some volunteers with counting Maclay eggs.
Oh,
Yeah.
And, they got to 2,000 and then went, "Can we stop?"
I think that's probably
more.
That's probably the only job I don't miss from that workplace.
Hello, Moon.
Hello.
Hey, Moon, thank you for getting the initials correct, unlike Drew here.
Yeah.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. I'll show myself out.
I changed it for you.
Yeah, I noticed. Thank you. Thank you.
The Sangaia stick insects, they were the ones, actually, you would have seen some of those when I had some. They were the ones that were the centerpieces at.
Oh,
wedding.
yeah. I still don't know which one you're talking about.
Stick insects at a wedding.
Stick
That's the one.
insects.
Aaron doesn't remember your wedding.
Yeah, well, at least.
Jerry had True.
Yeah. Yeah, the sun guys are really good. Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
That was a really awful.
Yeah. That's the sort of gold that you're missing out on by not listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Diana says she has a shiny Pikachu. Can I just say it's one of the most useless shinies ever? It barely looks any different to a normal one.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get started on the
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Start on the Pokemons.
Shiny rubbish.
I'll make up for it. Diana, do you have a favourite shiny?
And why is it shiny Voltorb?
Oh, is that another Pokemon Day? Should we just add all these people?
I think you should. Yeah, we've got really fun names on there. Yours, no, actually, I don't think yours is repeatable.
I don't think mine's repeatable.
No, it's not actually.
I have considered changing it actually, but then I couldn't remember how to, so I just left it. But yeah, I have considered every time someone new adds me to this, they go, "Oh, who's this? And why is he named after an African dictator?"
Okay.
We'll leave it there. Shiny Rayquaza, always the greatest of all time. Nice, yeah.
Rayquaza, is that the one that I missed?
It's like Quetzalcoatl, isn't it? Isn't it based on Quetzalcoatl?
Yes.
Oh, it was Giratina, wasn't it? Yeah. That was my shame. Something I'll never live down.
Means asking for an OnlyFans code.
Yeah.
I think it's only Leah with OnlyFans at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what OnlyFans is.
I'll let you at it.
Sorry to hear that, Aaron.
A bad thing.
Hopefully it'll be successful next time.
Oh,
I'm just busy doing taxidermy now. That's pretty cool.
Ooh. That's something I wouldn't mind trying, but I don't think I've got the patience for it.
Bad taxidermy or good taxidermy?
Yeah, bad taxidermy is, I think,
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Leopard that looks like it's been.
Some of the ones that
They have beach ball sized head.
yeah. Was like some of the ones at Bangor University, just sort of what the hell's this?
That'd be fun to see some of them. One of the best places for it is Tring Museum.
Yeah,
There's
I need to go
some
there.
really stunningly out of date depictions, and Manchester Museum had a really bad wolf one. That it was either a wolf or like a coyote or something, but it looked very, very.
Well, at that point, you couldn't tell the difference, I'd guess.
No.
I Jack's talking about taxidermy and not anything else for that one.
Yes, I did. I noticed.
I was going to say almost as good as bad taxidermy is bad dinosaur models.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some truly stunningly bad ones.
The Stegosaurus with the canine teeth, with his mouth open at like a.
Oh no, I meant like full-on size one, not dinosaur toys.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
there's bad ones of those, but yeah.
Are you talking about when they like break vertebrae to make them stand like a kangaroo?
No, I'm talking like bad versions of basically a big toy, you know.
Oh, okay.
Bad animatronic dinosaurs and things.
So, like the models that a lot of us zoos have.
Exactly. Some of those ones that go traveling have been a little bit, shall we say, rubbish, and that's being polite.
Yep, we have a few of them.
The best one that I remember seeing was at Chester Zoo, and it was a T-Rex. Everything else about it was full size, but its legs were like a quarter the height. So it looked like a capped T-Rex. It was bizarre.
What was the one at Longley? Was it Triceratops? Someone that had a mooing dinosaur, didn't they? At Longley, it mooed.
Yeah. I think that's a standard sound effect that goes with quite a few of them, because I've heard that on a few different Triceratopses mooing.
This is like clearly a recording of a cow.
Although, we don't know exactly what Triceratops sounded like. I'd like to think it moved.
There's a universe where it does move.
If Jack's being a little bit sarcastic with that comment, I agree with him. The Chester Zoo dinosaurs are a little bit special.
It's gone back quite a while.
They bring one in they bring it in like it's an annual thing, isn't it? Chester Zoo.
I don't know.
They bring them in quite often. Anyway, I've seen them there a couple of times, and every time there's that token feathered one, you just think, why have you not feathered the rest of them?
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that it's relevant to feather.
There's always the thing with like the big models and stuff. I mean, things that Longley. Yeah, they've done the Marvelous Monsters, and so they've done big animatronic invertebrates and stuff. When we had the Twig conference there, and they've done a Taylor Swift scorpion that had antennae coming out of its head. I'm like, that's literally the guys are going, yeah, don't look at these. Look at these. We've got an invert conference here. I'm like,
probably
yeah, what?
Worst critics wandering around at that point, going, well, that's wrong.
Yeah, because I think they had a moving dragonfly with no wings. Which is odd. So why is the dragonfly moving? Why is it not got any wings? So, but I think like, yeah, all these models, the thing is, kids absolutely love them.
Yeah, you can forgive them to an extent if it gets people interested in that field. It's when they're continuously bad. That's what I always find a bit amazing. That they get away with it.
So like, yeah, we got a fair few of them, and like the kids haven't. They're just stuck in the field with some donkeys and a pony and prairie dogs. Yeah, like sometimes the kids' favorite thing is seeing the model dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's often better than seeing a tiger, which is sometimes really sad actually. That like they'd rather see a model than a living thing.
Especially when they could be certainly trying to do more, in themselves to try and learn more and save a tiger. Which, well, if that goes extinct, I suppose, then you'll have an interesting sort of animatronic tiger, and people will be more interested. So you just got to drive them into extinction to get people interested. In a weird way.
Yeah, we have model tigers, and sometimes they're more popular. Sometimes.
I wonder if penguins would be as popular as they are if it wasn't publicized so much, how they're almost on the verge of being lost.
Yeah.
Hey, JP. Yeah, that's it. Like,
JP.
Sometimes, like with so many animals, sometimes you do feel like it's better not to publicize about these animals, kind of thing. We had that with the earless monitors.
Yeah.
And stuff like, and I think it was traffic who were meant to like keep an eye on the trade in wildlife, especially the illegal trade in wildlife, that publicised where they were. So then people just went, "Oh, cheers, we're going to go out and get them."
And it's sometimes I suppose popular culture and just generally releasing information of making people interested, like you say, that ruins it. The other good example of that would be clownfish. Finding Nemo just absolutely ruined clownfish and tangs for a lot of people.
Terrapins as well with
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a person who's not ended up rescuing a terrapin or turtle if they're in the zoo world or in any kind of animal world. There's far too many of them.
Sometimes rescued by accident. I remember one place I worked. someone just came in with them in their bag and just dumped them into the pond.
It happens. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Phoebe, the curly feathered dinosaur.
Hi, Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, like, yeah, the park here used to have a lot of red ear sliders and yellow bellies and stuff. Don't really anymore, but we've still got common snappers, snake necks, and a Chinese soft shell that are all expect. So, I've got a couple of common musks that were like, you either take them or they're going in a bin. Kind of thing. So I was like, well, I'll take them. Kind of thing.
Take them or they're going in the bin.
Yeah, the history is like, I mean, you kind of like, I hope you weren't actually serious about them going in the bin, but I'm not going to take that risk.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So recently I had 2 tarantulas come to me that were found during a house clearance. So someone clearing a house that someone had been evicted out of or whatever, and yeah, came across 2 enclosures with tarantulas in.
I ended up rescuing
Hey, Robbie.
quite
Hi,
a few
Robbie.
years old that was sent to someone as a joke. Basically, they were going to send it to someone who was afraid of spiders through the post, and when the people found out about this, they went, no, just we're taking it off you, and it got passed to me. So yeah, I ended up with a tarantula that would have probably ended up being killed, I'd imagine. So
That's a sad one, isn't it?
yeah.
That's kind of typical of people who think of animals as nothing more than a
disposable item,
especially inverts.
Especially inverts, yeah.
Yeah.
So many inverts. Because there's so little protection for a lot of inverts. Right. I mean, we see in this country of that program on ITV that has just started up again. Sort of thing. Won't mention it just in case I get in trouble, but
a better excuse for human culling there has never been.
Let's torture a bunch of invertebrates for entertainment on national television.
Well, reptiles too, because someone who's very keen on snakes and snake keeping, some of the shit I've seen them do with snakes really pisses me off.
Yeah. I mean, all animals. Like, like years ago, you stick someone in like a room with an ostrich or something. And you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Really?
Yeah. Things like putting live spiders in people's mouths and stuff for challenges, and it's like, yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just no. So, but unfortunately, yeah, and even like, I mean, it was only the other day. Was it government's just whatever just approved? Was it octopus, crabs, lobsters as being sentient beings?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good to see. Actually,
it's a massive leap forward, really.
Hey, Derek.
Well, yeah, especially for animals that are as intelligent as they are, but are still viewed as just sort of sub-intelligent to something.
Oh, good night, Diana.
That's
Hi, Diana.
I say, Diana. Thanks for joining it.
Yeah. I love reading these comments.
Yes. I'm actually quite taken by the fact that we can see the comments, because that's something that we don't get on the podcast. Is like live.
We don't do it live.
No, I know, but because we don't do it live, and because we're listening we're speaking and listening rather than in addition watching.
Yes.
We're not seeing we don't get to have this live interaction with the people listening, which I I actually texted our group chat to start saying, I really like this. We need to try and do something like this.
Oh, did you?
I was about to say, why don't
with
y'all
me.
start it on YouTube if you enjoy this? You could do lives.
Yeah.
We have actually got a YouTube channel. However, it has one video on it.
Does it?
Which I had to put something on it.
Is this you riding?
It's not me
Is it
riding
riding
a T-Rex.
bareback on the T-Rex?
No, it's not. It's not that video. There is a video.
Which one of them is bear?
I'm not bareback riding a T-Rex.
Yeah.
There is a video that I made to enter a competition for like being a wildlife presenter, whatever it was. He'll be gone for a good couple of minutes now.
He's constipated. That's the problem.
There's usually a good 10-15 minutes worth of each episode where this happens, where he's crying with laughter in a corner and we have to edit it out. It's just hours and hours of this. Oh my god!
I hope you didn't pop a valve, mate.
I think the video that's on there is the shark and trees one. But I haven't publicised it purely for the fact that we haven't made any videos or anything since. We've been really rubbish at that. And also, I can't edit videos to save my life, so that's his job now, is to edit videos.
Yeah, we just got Da Vinci 17.
I'm going to try and put together all of the Aaron laughing for continuous amounts. We'll end up with like a 10-hour
track, yeah.
Sharks are trees.
Sharks are trees, yes.
Sharks and trees.
You heard it here first.
That's a scientific fact. Sharks are trees.
Did you?
I said it for the hell of it. Scientific. Highly scientific.
There you go.
Oh, Robbie, all your videos are good, man. Every video I've watched from Robbie is really good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm always impressed when it comes to like YouTubing, that sort of, being able to put out that amount of content video wise. It's a hell of a lot more.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
we
You
just sit
won't
there
have
and
so
talk
much
into a
fun
microphone.
snooping if you make videos.
It's always staggering the amount that you've got to put into it, which I don't think we've got anywhere close to that sort of amount of work into us.
Yeah, another live is trying to get the footage.
That's the other thing. Yeah,
Just for like, sometimes like trying to feel like, right, what am I going to film for this week or whatever, and like trying to find, especially sometimes with like tarantulas, just trying to film them actually moving when they just sit still most of the time.
Oh no, it's not. Just move. You get a picture of the tarantula and just move it along like that. That's probably the better way of doing it.
Just have puppets.
Puppet tarantulas.
Ah. Oh.
Mark's gone for a turd, it says.
All right. Good luck, Mark.
How did I miss something? Or did I miss something?
No, I got up to switch my battery on because laptop was.
Oh, so it was a quick squeeze then.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
No time to wipe or flush.
See, this would be the problem if we did do a live stream for us. Half of it's going to be you just.
Yeah, you
laughing
guys
and
have
giggling.
to just mute me and carry on.
You know, that's the best way to do the videos, though. You need that kind of humor.
That is true. Yeah, you are correct.
We wouldn't all be sane if we didn't have that kind of humor, and everybody needs to take a shit.
Oh no, that would be a key component of it. In fact, hang on, where is it? Where's the box?
This box.
Yeah.
There's the box.
Where's the box? Let me find it.
What are you after?
Oh, he's after.
I always bring this one with me.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah,
I brought fossil shit.
Yeah. It's funny. A few million years
180
ago.
million years. One of my favorite fossils to go and find is coprolites, like fossilized poo. So.
Still smells as if it was laid just yesterday.
Better wash your hands now. You've been handling shit.
Surprisingly, this is the only one you don't need to. This is my paperweight on my desk. This keeps all the scripts together and everything.
Yeah, it's very sanitary.
Oh yeah.
Prove it.
Prove it, lick it.
Prove it. Do it.
I don't care.
Hang on.
I'm going to do a close
Tastes like.
Tastes like a rock.
Go on. Give the people what they want.
Any posting, you have to charge them
Yeah,
a
so,
donation
yeah.
to the podcast. I would have said that earlier, but I wanted you to lick a turd on the live stream.
Does it?
Not really, no.
My
really.
God.
It is now.
It's still better and more nutritious than a Big Mac.
Harder to bite into.
Probably not as tasty.
On licking rocks, if you ever see someone licking a rock on a beach, it's either one of two things. Either they're a fossil hunter because you can determine whether something's fossil bone or rock by licking it because your tongue will stick to it if it's a fossil bit of bone, or they're just mad and they're licking rocks. So either way, probably don't approach. You know.
Maybe they're just trying to find out the mineral content. You never know.
I mean, it's always tasty, you know.
Did it taste meaty or nutty? Or sweet corny?
Neither. I mean, I think I'd be put off if meat tastes like that or nuts.
Like, can you? Yeah.
It's also a way of making sure no one else touches it. But there you go. He's gone and touched it.
Lick it, Harry.
I will not be. I will not be licking it.
I did have two others in here actually. I think I've taken them out. They've sort of exploded.
Oh, exploded fossilized shit, Drew.
Bone.
Sorry.
There's a bone. They're all replicas.
Excuse me.
Just carry a box of random bones and bits.
He said the truth is to find out what's origin rules. If it kills you, it's not an item.
I mean, yeah. Might be a bit hard to eat a rock, but yeah, why not? Some animals do it.
But
You just looked up. Like,
I'm just listening but there's nothing.
What, for the cooking pot?
No, we're 20 minutes late for that one.
We're shy for the cooking pot.
There's usually a cuckoo clock in the background, and it's. I always thought it was in this room, but
No, it's out in the.
What's the biggest fossil you have, Gareth?
Specifically, Dino Turd.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
don't think it's not a dinosaur because it's from Lyme Regis, so it would have been underwater unless it shit itself as it was drowning, which it might have. The biggest one I've got is about the size of a loaf of bread, so it's off a very big shark or a very big ichthyosaur or something. So yeah, it was one of 3 pieces that I found that day. Try licking.
I
Don't just go around licking just any old rocks. It's got to be Got to be nice rocks, Good.
Chop, you're
Driveway gravel.
I mean, I suppose a loaf of bread is just the other thing that came to mind then, but yeah. I don't actually know where that one is. There's 3 huge chunks of it, one after the other in one long slab. Myself and a friend were down there, and he was digging a part of an ichthyosaur jaw out of a large slab, and I found these huge coprolites and went, forget the actual bone, I'm going after the giant poo. So.
It's okay, Aaron. Thanks for joining us.
See you, Aaron. Cheers for joining.
Oh, Aaron.
The one that fell from
It could be from a caveman, yeah.
A very out of place for it.
Yeah.
Did you have a good poo?
Not this time. I went for a pee, unfortunately. The hasn't built up yet.
If I'd have known this was the etiquette before we came, I wouldn't have gone before I came over here.
Oh, I did. I haven't been to.
What's the point? Oh, surely sorry, I was going to say. Oh, what's the point? Many points, but yeah, that's surely the point before we go after the poo.
Does anyone else in chat have any questions for the guys?
Good for you, Michael.
Yeah, well done, Michael. So happy for you.
Good lad. Well done.
He'll message us all later when he goes as well, probably.
Status update. So
Yeah. Tell us how it went.
Let's see here.
You guys all call it a toilet, or have you got names for it?
Huh?
Do you guys all call it toilet, or do you have names for it while we're on the subject?
What, like Eric?
Well, then I call it the Thunder Box. It's where you go to make thunder.
It's just a loo.
A loo. That's very vanilla. Nah.
I think it's a Welsh thing, though. We all just call it a loo. Oh, I need to go loo. Like, it's just that.
Can you attest to that, Gareth? You're also from Wales, as well as all the other places you're from.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. No, it's toilet in my parents' house. So, yeah.
I wasn't brought up posh, though.
What's the largest animal you reckon you could take in a fight?
Oh, we've had this as a question before.
We've had similar, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not that we could take in a fight.
What? Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was. But...
No, it was
animals that are fighting each other,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Or
What do you reckon?
largest animal you could take in a fight?
Brachiosaur.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, he's got a long neck. Check him out. If you're up on the Brachiosaur, word of advice: if you're ever against Brachiosaur, you just like climb up the neck, and there's a sweet spot where he can't reach you with his legs.
Okay, so you're going Brachiosaur. I mean,
Interesting.
can you get your arm around its neck? That's probably a bigger issue.
I'll get cheese wire.
Using tools, I'm just gonna have a gun.
I don't know. I fancy my chances against a
Are you also
cockroach. I'm there. I'm not there.
That's how we hunt.
The animals are distracted.
The throne. That's a good one.
Yeah, I quite like the throne. Yeah.
I call it the bovvy,
Yeah.
the bog. I've heard people call it the dunny as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the biggest animal you can take in a fight.
I'm gonna say a giant tortoise because I think I've got the speed advantage on it. Just.
Galapagos giant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do to it, but apparently they're tasty. So, if I manage to kill it, I'm eating it.
What have we taken on? Like, what have we caught with hands that's bigger than wallabies, or is it just wallabies? Is that the biggest?
I've had to do.
Okay.
I've had to catch and restrain reindeer and the male was pretty bloody strong.
Alpacas.
Alpacas. When I catch my experience with alpacas is as soon as I catch them, they just kind of go. Oh, I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah,
they sit down.
much, yeah.
The reindeer,
and they just spit over themselves.
Yeah.
Because reindeer, you think you've got like handles, but you can't touch them. You can't hold on to them because and it can cause them a lot of pain. So you literally have to kind of have this weird kind of headlock on them like that around the back of the head and around the neck, and then push your weight up against them, sandwich them against the wall.
Sounds like
So then
going into a cage match.
Doing that, and like you're trying to dodge the antlers, and the antlers have different spikes in them. Yeah. To be honest, I don't. Being a dad has taught me that I can't beat my 2-year-old daughter in a fight, so I don't really fancy my chances on anything around her size upwards.
Yeah, fair enough. There was another question that popped up as well, wasn't there?
Was there?
I think Jess sent one.
I'm going to say if it's based on pure size, then
there you go.
I've restrained a baby camel, so I took a baby camel.
Would you rather know what all the species of the past look like, or all the species we haven't discovered yet today?
Full Nelson headlock, like full Nelson.
I would go past as well, I think, because
really,
because there's more species throughout the past than there are today. So
and I get to be even more of a bore about dinosaurs.
They all look like that.
The kid in me agrees with you, but I would go with all the species that haven't been discovered today. Because how can we protect something we don't know anything about?
What happens if it turns out that at this point there's only 2 species left to discover, and they're really 2 very boring brown birds, and that's it. That's all you get.
Oh, Jack got bitten by a Lapis tortoise in a sensitive area.
Nice.
Well,
don't get bitten by a tortoise there.
I won't name him, but I do hope he's listening so that he feels a little bit embarrassed. But one of my former bosses, really, really nice bloke, he was in with some Red River hog, and he got bitten very close to a very sensitive area.
Well, if we're going down that route, I've not been bitten there, but I got fly kicked by an emu there that slipped over and karate kicked me there. Floored the pair of us.
That was a good day.
Wait, you watching? I can't remember.
No, only the other week I almost got punted there by an aardvark.
Solid.
Narrowly missed, and then got Victoria, my friend Victoria, in a sensitive area. Just proper punched her. Just because they were so excited for food, so they were just climbing over us, and they didn't know where their feet were going.
That's a pretty bad place to be bitten, and Galapagos turtle must have a nasty bite.
Really
Galapagos can go Mark 5 when they want to. You're not kidding. They do go far.
When they're aiming, I think if you've got certain appendages hanging out, that's your own fault.
What's the worst bites you guys have taken then?
I've been bitten in the eye by Janet.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
They definitely were, Leah. They definitely were.
Yeah.
They were.
Why are your eyes, both of you? Like,
it was
you even have protection.
It was my fault.
Took my glasses off. That's the problem. You take them off, everything goes for your eyes.
Yeah.
That's why I keep them on. Don't actually need them. It's all a ruse.
Macaw would be bad. Reptile Innovations, are you answering my question that you got bit by a copperhead?
Yeah, you've been bitten. That's amazing.
Jeez. Wow. Yeah, I've never been bitten by anything like that.
He is in America. He's in the US.
Bit by mosquito. Mosquitoes are usually irritating, but if they've got that malaria, then it can be nasty. Also, you have a you were bitten by a copperhead. The worst bite I've had. I don't know what spider it was, but it was a spider, and it was a big spider in Malaysia. He got into my tent, and I still have the scar from it.
Michael has topped it.
Oof. I mean, that's
Yeah.
there's no recovering from that.
No, we really hope you're okay, dude. The worst weeks of my life, I can imagine.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I can imagine.
Wow.
And stuff. At least you didn't like strap yourself with was it jump start cable to your car battery like some people have done to treat a copperhead bite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's around anymore, which is a real shame because it's a really good another podcast. Word on the Snake Vine. They've done a lot on like snake bite and stuff. They had Dr. Brian Fry on, and then like it was like, yeah, if you get bitten by a venomous snake, don't strap electrodes to your testicles. Sort of thing.
Not usually my first.
Yeah, why would that be your go-to?
And they went, "Oh, you think I'm joking?" And then he just whipped out all these bite reports of people that electrocute themselves after being bitten by a venomous snake, or electrocute their friends after they've been bitten by a venomous snake. And it's like, yeah, electricity tends to kill the person as well.
Well, there you go.
They didn't die of the snake bite.
No, well, that is a cure in one way.
Yeah, there's only got like bitten by a copperhead. I think it was a copperhead. And so someone literally got jump start cables, put them on their nipples, and then put it onto their pickup truck battery, and then revved the truck, retreating for the bite. It's sort of like, yeah, don't do that.
I don't know who Dingo Dinkelman is, but that's rough.
But good effort. Well done.
Did he then, connect his nipples to a car battery?
Did you ask someone? Did you ask someone to piss on you, George?
Apparently, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It's a myth.
Yes,
We could do a Mythbusters one.
That's another Mythbuster one for you. Yeah, yeah.
I think I've already got written down, haven't I? I don't know.
But there's so many things like that. Like people think like, the treat jellyfish thing is they get someone to piss on it. It's like it does nothing.
I want to know who went and properly disproved that. Just hanging around on a beach, notepad and pen. Oh, good, someone's pissed on. Look at that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Be on you?
To be fair, that's probably something stupid me and my friend would do.
Michael.
It's science at its dirtiest. At its most perverted.
OBT, is that that's something I'm not familiar with, that short
Otherwise
name?
known as an orange bitey thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of a green tarantula. So old world tarantula.
Well, the spider that I was talking about just now that bit me on the leg, that was 2014, and I still have the scar from it. Little round scar where it all went in and was not very nice.
This is in the wild.
That was in Malaysia. Yeah, I cleaned it out with my knife.
And a car battery on his nipples.
It went very gammy.
Don't kink shame him. Try paying for something. I mean, out of all the things that we've talked about, what are you paying for?
It was the piss. I asked him if he got some of the piss on his leg after he got stung by
When in doubt, stab and electrocute.
Yeah,
exactly. And you know what? I reckon you're very
comments
right,
are
Phil.
brilliant.
You could very easily get people to pay for that as a service, I think, if not just as some sort of kink thing.
Oh, here it goes. Yeah.
Again? My goodness.
He's a very pooey boy.
He is a very pooey boy. It's a very liquidy diet.
Somewhat like an echidna or an anteater.
Yeah. Oh,
Didn't hear anything there.
golden shower. Yeah.
Oh God. We've gone into that.
We've gone straight there.
Right,
Why are you helping yourself to that, Gareth?
Let's do bread. Should I have done what they do on the BBC?
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Ooh, good question, Jack.
That is a good question.
If you could take a trait from an invert, what would it be? Ooh.
I'm going to say limb regeneration.
Yeah.
Because I've got a really awful shoulder. I'd just have someone lop it off and then, grow a new one.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being able to fall from quite a high height and just walk it off.
Just sort of bounce.
Just bounce it around. That'd be great. Aaron, if you could take a trait from an invert, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're already part invert.
No, I was.
You've already lost some of yourself upstairs.
He's just gone and shed.
Oh,
In a way.
This is not. I don't think this is a very nice one, but because of the way they shed, that makes him.
You need to read that comment.
He might have a case of Hershey's. It might seem like I'm being overly productive tonight. No.
Oh,
yeah. People, yeah, no, yeah.
What would I do? I tell you what.
Yeah, strength.
Strength of a man is good. I tell you the most disappointing thing about being bit by a spider.
Yeah,
the velvet worm is a bit mad.
You've got to have the little nozzles as well to be able to just fling.
Yeah.
The thing I'd like most about from being any type of invert is also the thing that's most disappointing about being bitten by a spider, and in that I can't shoot web or climb walls.
You want to be Spider-Man?
I'd love to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man would be great. Rumblebum.
Because Toby is your hero.
No. I hate that. I don't hate Tobey Maguire. I just think his Spider-Man is absolute crap.
But what did you think to the new trailer? Well, to the trailer that came out.
You mean the trailer where Lizard gets punched by Ant-Man? Or are they erasing Miles Morales from it?
I think we're all wrong. I think it's clearly going to be Groot. Yeah, they'll just put him in there.
No, I actually, do you know what? And Drew will back me up here. I was dead against having Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back, and then Gareth the other day finally brought me round to the idea.
I think it'd be.
He's the only person who's given me an argument as to why it works.
Does that mean I've now got to give the argument to everyone?
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, that makes it well done.
Toby the Squire Spider-Man. Yes, he was crap.
He was.
Tom Holland is. I don't know. Andrew Garfield was my favorite, but Tom Holland's very, very close. It could be a joint thing.
Yeah. I'm going to go with as well. Another fun superpower of invertebrates would be the ability to chew through like wood, like a termite. And then just
why would you like to do that? That's really weird. Why do you want to bite wood?
Just explain yourself, Karen.
All right, the ability to. All right, paper wasps then. Chewing up wood and paper and things like that, and then turning it into your own material. I think, at like human size, you might be able to get like chipboard level. Yeah. You might be able to panel a whole room with bits of wood that you chewed up from outside.
So he can chew through his fossil poo.
Oh, I thought you said that at the exact same time.
No. Toby looks like a constipated Spider-Man. He's just such a wet towel. Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man, but Tom Holland is very, very close. But Tom Holland's a fantastic actor, and Marvel have shown them that they're very good at writing these stories in a engaging way.
I
will say though that Tobey Maguire had a really good villain in Doc Ock. I mean, they shat the bed with Venom, but Doc Ock was brilliant. Also, Sony made the best Spider-Man movie of all, because that Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie.
They cannot.
Kind of cheating, animated one.
That is a great superpower.
Shit,
I would like to have the spinneret so I could web up somebody that pissed me off.
Yeah, just web over everything.
Yeah.
I don't know you guys have covered this in like pop culture corner bit, but like just the amount of superheroes that are inspired by invertebrates.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't translate to people liking them for some reason.
No, it's weird, isn't it? It is odd.
I mean, it might be because they get into Spider-Man and Ant-Man, and both of them are cool, and then they end up getting into the Tick, and that thing puts them off because that's crap. But
but like Spider-Man, one of the most popular superheroes, yet spiders, arachnophobia, arguably the biggest phobia.
Yeah.
There's no meerkat man, but everyone likes meerkats. That would be
exactly the worst. There is a meerkat man, if you remember. I created one. As a one-off cartoon character, I made Meerkat Man.
If
ability to control hordes of angry meerkats.
Kevin Feige, if you're listening, could you invent a character called Meerkat Man and have literally every single superhero in your arsenal, basically make them the jobber. Yeah. Just everybody pound Meerkat Man. He's got to be the most the most hated character in the Marvel universe.
Jar Jar, yeah.
Phil,
why is it not a cockchafer man?
For some giggles, how about we look up the Urban Dictionary of the dirty of their names just to.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that for a while.
Yeah, we haven't.
I think the problem you'd have with Cockchafer Man is he'd end up flying into like a window that someone's got a light. I mean, just be in the corner, sort of slamming into things, trying to get into.
That's endearing, Gareth.
I mean, I like them, but
right.
I don't think they're really going to be doing much.
So who are we having first? The Dirty Gareth, right?
We can do Gareth first.
Okay.
I'm guessing you guys are like familiar with the Urban Dictionary and what a dirty your name is.
Yeah, I've done Gareth's name before, but I can't remember what it was.
Have you?
Yeah. We were all sat in the office, and I looked up your name. What's a Gareth and all that?
Oh God, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be very funny. You'll definitely know your edgy side by the end of it.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be a bit vanilla. Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's either going to be terrible or it's not going to exist.
No, it exists.
No, it exists for you. Yes, it does exist for you.
I like how you're also positive about this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I did Urban Dictionary.
I've just seen 2 words, and I really like them put together on your.
Oh. Well, that is quite a good one, actually. So a dirty Gareth, not to be confused with a dirty Garfield. Yeah. There is no pussy involved with dirty Gareth. The dirty Gareth defines the mutual destruction of 2 male anuses, specifically describing the act of anal fisting between 2 similar-looking middle-aged Caucasian men.
Wow.
Caucasian.
Oh, Caucasian. I was like, it's not a very Asian name, mine, but okay. That's why I can never find, like a name tag that says Gareth on it. If I go to a gift shop, it always just, I've got to go to Japan apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Oh,
I'd watch that. Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so much.
Well, there we go.
Bye, Summer.
Yeah.
it's
Sad thing is, I think my parents were going to be watching this.
I thought you said you were going to say your parents had done it to Gareth.
I hope not.
Is that how they made you?
So,
Don't want to know.
so a Dirty Drew, fairly short one, a Dirty Drew.
Yep.
When you get really drunk and you think you're getting off, but really you're just pissing inside the chick's pussy.
Yeah, you can keep a Dirty Drew. We don't need any of Dirty Drews.
I like that.
Scared for life now. Scarred for life, sorry.
Perfect.
Well,
Don't refute it.
I don't even know what to say. To
No,
that.
nobody needs to do mine.
No, I
Just
don't.
leave it out.
So there's another short one. Dirty air and the act of fucking ing doggy while drinking scotch and smoking a joint. I mean, that sounds all right.
Mind that.
It's called multitasking.
You're really familiar.
Honestly, it's yeah.
My newest ability is to jump as high as a flea within a human body, but not the strength to land safely. Yeah, nice.
It's a very short film.
that would be.
I think everyone's reacting to this. Like, what? Especially anyone that's just started watching. This is the sort of stuff that happens on our streams. it descends into madness.
Oh, it's a very low bar.
Yeah.
Good bar, high bar, good, dirty
It's a
bar,
good bar. It's a good
dirty bar. There you go.
Yes, yeah. Poor Scott.
It's the world's most depressed superhero.
I mean, we've got a point there. Who comes up with all these?
Captain America says Avengers assemble, and they all leave the Avengers Tower, and Scarab Man's just stood there sweeping up the floor. For fuck's sake, man, like shit.
Actually, there you go. That'd be a good one. Is that one of those species of spider from the Namib Desert or the Sahara? The ones that just get to the top of the dunes and just roll down.
I'll just roll back down. That's all they do.
Yep, that's your power. You roll.
We got there's a toad that do that as well, isn't there? And
Did you roll down a sand dune?
it's like something where they climb up a mountain and then they just roll down the mountain, and then it's like, climb back up again. And just spend a life climbing and rolling.
Mosquito Man screams until you slap him.
Hangs around being really irritating.
Yeah.
That sounded very Peter Griffin of you then.
What are you doing? What do you want? Huh?
Where's your cat?
Oh, they're out in the back room.
Kind of expected them just to be all over us.
Well, the problem is, if I just know for a fact that you'd have Artemis here going "Meow, meow," down the microphone because she wants attention. So T'Challa would just sit quietly here.
World Wide Web.
I know, but T'Challa would sit quietly here. Artemis would be here.
That it could be one hell of an issue.
Yeah.
Oh. No,
Sorry?
actually, I think that's Scarab Man's problem.
Oh, yeah.
Scarab man's problem. That is a good question. Does it
There is.
shrink
Let's
and
look at that.
expand
It's
his
just-
poo?
Where is
I
it?
don't know.
So, that's it.
Stick
So you got
inside.
something like, the Hulk, what happens when the Hulk needs a shit? Well, that's going to be fairly big as well.
And radioactive.
And radioactive.
And yeah.
Yeah. How does Scarab Man get rid of that then? There's got to be some sort of safe disposal policy in Avengers Tower for that. I love how most people think that scarabs get under people's skin and eat them from the inside out whilst they're still alive.
That's yeah.
Here we are ruining it for everyone.
I kind of wish they did, in some ways.
What, get inside of
They'd be the
Get
most
inside you.
dangerous creature on the planet if that was the case.
Was it the whole the mummy, wasn't it? That scene in the mummy and like chasing after him, like seriously, they're dung beetles.
and that unpopular opinion is another film that's absolute crap.
Are you speaking ill of Brendan Fraser?
I am.
Wow.
No. Brendan Fraser's a nice person, but I just can't stand him in movies.
Oh. Can Hollywood. Oh, that's really upsetting.
It's a little skin.
Snail Man, by the time he gets there, they're already gone. Yeah. And he's just left there rasping at concrete because he's got nothing else better to do.
Well, Snail Man could
But
be...
as we learned, he's got one hell of a bite.
Yeah. My question,
And he'll have love darts as well.
how slow do you have to be bitten by a snail?
Slowish?
Good question, Moon.
Well,
To
that
the
is-
girl if
that
Hulk
is a
gets-
question.
Actually, I think Marvel did kind of tackle that, didn't they? He had to stop in the Incredible Hulk. He had to stop because his heart rate was going up past 200.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah.
And that is a very underrated superhero movie, I think. Again, that's an unpopular opinion. Ed Norton's Hulk.
Ow.
I love Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, but Ed Norton's Hulk was cool, really cool.
I'm going to go really unpopular opinion. Eric Bana.
Oh, good God! Get out of my house.
Actually, no, I hate that. But he was a comedy actor in Australia before he became like a Hollywood actor, and he was a hell of a lot better as a comedy actor than he was an actual actor.
He was good in Troy, though.
Yeah, he was.
I liked Troy. My only problem with Troy is that they don't include, apart from is it Tethys, the river goddess that is the mother of Achilles. She's the only god that appears in that, and the gods are messing with the Trojan War so much. Very interesting. So not an accurate representation of the
what actually
the
happened,
Iliad.
sure.
No, the Iliad,
yeah.
the book, the Iliad by Homer. Bloody good book. When you read it like in its Greek form, not when they replace the names with those bastardized Roman names.
I was going to say, when you read it in Greek, I didn't know you spoke Greek.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But he'd only be able to climb on certain kinds of hair. He wouldn't be able
that is
to go
true.
on head lice or on body hair. It's he's just stuck there.
Counts me out then.
Yes, Homer Simpson wrote the Iliad.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw the program. Was it last year? Whatever, it was like behind the scenes of Natural History Museum in London, and had Erica on.
Yep.
And she was just sitting there. For people who don't know who Erica is, I believe she's curator of flies.
Yeah.
And if you want to know about flies, just listen to her. She's amazing.
You get you liking any kind of fly.
Yeah. Absolutely. But like she's there, and then she just looks at him and goes, "Do you want to see my pubic lice?" Something. He goes, and there's models of them, and then she's there. Go, they're an endangered, or they're becoming an endangered species due to deforestation.
They're one of those species that years ago when I was setting up the.
Where is he going with this?
When I was setting up the invertebrate collection, I really liked the idea of being okay. Right, I'd love to do a complete parasite thing, and have. I'd love to be able to try and have some sort of lice exhibit or a tick exhibit, and just I don't know how you'd achieve this.
I don't remember how many times we told you.
Have naked people standing in a zoo enclosure. I know it's terrible, isn't it? This it's what was it? PC gone mad. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's the snowflakes.
Yeah. You know, you just feed them some blood from people somehow. But yeah, she is definitely one of the best guests that I think we've had on. Certainly,
I wasn't on for that episode.
Phil was a guest, Gareth.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point. Including Phil as well. You know, but well, we've not had overall like many guests, have we? In total,
5 or 6, haven't we?
No one wants to come on our podcast.
No.
Worse than waterboarding.
Actually, I don't think we've been turned down.
No, we
anyone.
haven't.
I've had 2 or 3 people not reply to me, but
in a way, it's worse, isn't it?
Yes.
At least if they don't like you, they feel something for you. You know, like when they don't answer, it's like they don't care, and then they're indifferent to your existence.
I'll let you know. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
we'll get to
There will come up.
I have no clue.
That's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Neither do I.
There's the wrong way to get
Unusual Pets would come on.
Oh, there we go. I just write all these down.
Jack Bucknell and Unusual Pets. We don't. Yes, there we go. There's 2 people.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to talk about.
I was kind of quietly thinking, these other guys, they're not saying anything because they don't want to be on the podcast either.
No, actually, right. We do talk a lot, but when there's a guest, what happens is the host normally questions the guest and then keeps an eye on everything. Then the rest of us, we'll talk, but we'll also keep an eye on the chat and make sure everybody's okay, happy, taken care of. And then we get messages then on Messenger for all the people that didn't want to put it in the chat. So we're just keeping up with everything to make sure everything is going smoothly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense.
We're like managing everything else.
Well, you're the guest, so you should be the center of attention. You know what I mean? Y'all are the guests. So people want to hear from y'all.
Well, if we get Unusual Pets on, that's the podcast finished then, I guess.
That'll be the pinnacle of our achievements. Then we can.
She'd be amazing to have on. Honestly, she would be amazing to have on.
Yeah,
she's very knowledgeable.
She's spunky too, so she'll definitely help liven it up, even though it's already lively.
We do need that.
Yeah, we are pretty boring.
Boring.
My wife is a vet nurse, and she sent me a video the other day of her putting on, or you could hear in the background that the podcast was on. They sort of spun round to a dog that was on a operating table that had been knocked out. And I went, "Oh God, why are you torturing that poor small animal? I mean, have you killed it by making it listen to us?" And unfortunately, yes, it was dead. Yeah, they killed it by. No, it wasn't actually dead. I had to clarify that because she said it in a joking manner.
Really dark.
It's not actually dead.
That went really dark.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, and it was dead.
There you go, Maria. All right.
Well, thank you, Maria.
Thank you. That was my reaction as well.
Right, what?
We went dark.
That went to places.
Yeah.
Wait a bit. All right, go. Have Joe and Aaron ever seen the video of Boxy?
I don't believe they have. I don't even have the video of Boxy. I don't know where that would be. It's probably on what, some Biaza thing. No, why do you still have the video of Boxy?
I don't know. It's got to be somewhere. It might be on my Dropbox if I can get into it again or whatever. I haven't used Dropbox in probably since then, but
Boxy.
No, the Dropbox.
Oh, the Dropbox. It's going to download something. The worry is when you upload something that's
yeah,
it's going the wrong way. Well, I mean, technically, Boxy was my first voiceover work. Then, in that case.
Well, also, me and Gareth were up in Scotland at a zoo conference. I think we were all kind of hungover.
Harry, I don't think there was a single person out on that entire conference that day who was not hungover.
Yeah, I blame Stay 4 for that. for supplying everyone with drink. So.
Well, that is very true. And if I remember correctly as well, that particular evening before that point, I'd been locked out of my hotel, which was a mile down the road from where everyone else was staying. It was freezing cold, 3 a.m, and I had to run. I ran back just in the vague hope that there was someone who was also staying at that same hotel as I was, who was still there, that I might still be able to get back into the hotel with. And I ended up staying for another 2 or 3 hours, I think, afterwards.
There was a lot of whiskey drunk that night.
A lot.
Because Safe 4 was like, it's all on Safe 4, buy what you like. So, while in Scotland, you got to get the single malts in. But we were given the challenge of filming like an infomercial, public sort of infomercial style film, and we were given the task of how to dispose of a dead animal. As an invert conference, so we done inverts and we made a little cardboard box into a little invert puppet and stuff. And
we had a huge
done the kind of 1920, 30 style kind of voiceover for it of what to do.
Are you wanting me to do it now? Are you?
I mean, you can do.
Well, they got to pay.
I mean, I didn't get paid for that, so it was sort of this is the BBC, that sort of thing,
I just remembered that you kicked all of us out of the room for you to actually do it. We weren't allowed in the room whilst you'd done the voiceover.
Some of us are just divas. I have my demands. Only brown M&Ms. 40-foot statue of a carrot made out of gold. Simple demands.
As
really.
many copper-lights as you can find.
Exactly.
So, but it was good fun. I mean, our video was the best.
I think so, definitely.
Not
biased.
How can people access their podcast?
It's on Spotify.
It's on Spotify? Okay.
I listen to it on
Bring up the script.
Anchor FM, Spotify.
I would be able to look at the list, but I haven't got the Wi-Fi. I was going to.
So maybe the easiest way is going to be on Spotify, right?
Mm-hmm. You could just tell Alexa to play it, and she'll play it for you.
Okay.
I tried that, and she didn't do it for me. But then my Alexa's a rebellious bitch. I hate my Alexa.
You probably just didn't play with it enough. That's the problem.
Alexa just doesn't listen to you, because when we have played like Xbox and sort of in the background, your Alexa's been listening to both me and Drew when we've shouted through the speakers.
Smooth jazz.
Play some smooth jazz.
They'll listen to people on the other side of the Xbox. But she won't. She outright ignores me. So my partner will come down to me screaming at the machine, like, "Listen to me!" And then and my partner has arguments with Alexa as well, because my partner's Spanish, and so she has that Spanish kind of flair to her English accent. well, that mixed with Scouse because she learned how to talk English in Liverpool, so she got real Scouse kind of sounding English to her. But Alexa just is like, I don't know what you're talking about, which gets her angry too. So
I mean, if you want to have a pointless conversation with a piece of technology that's not going to listen to you, just
oh, there we go.
Just shout at the TV. You know,
I'm pretty sure Alexa's working for Skynet.
I think we're safe then.
Yeah. So is she a racist? Alexa.
Alexa's a racist. Why?
What, would you say that? Because she listens to us.
Well, no, because she's Spanish, so she's Caucasian like us, isn't she? Well, I suppose it's not quite the same. But,
Who said it's
just
true?
got rubbish piece of technology.
I think Alexa's just an ignorant bitch.
Right.
I think you just didn't nurture her properly.
You're making it sound like a Furby more than
I'm like Ian Malcolm with the satellite phone in Lost World.
Where is she?
I love the Furbies.
I hated Furby.
Oh, Furbies.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
them.
It always reminded me of the what do you call them, Mogwais.
Mogwais are the gremlins. Yeah.
Well, no,
Mogwais
not quite gremlins. You have to like get them wet first.
Yeah, you have to feed them after midnight to make them into gremlins.
You get them wet as well. You get them as wet as well.
If you get them wet, they reproduce.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's one of my favourite movies ever. that
Why
one.
haven't we done a creature feature on
Sorry.
that?
Yeah, I got a few new subscribers. You're right, Iron Dog. Mark's been sharing my shit like nobody's business. He's been giving everybody a dirty Ellie.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but it's
I
not
found
just
the
me.
video.
Chris has been pushing it as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
I say Chris and Justin have been pushing it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Unusual Pets sounds far too excited by Furbies. Like
They were wrong.
they're like one of the worst things ever known to humankind.
This is a public safety message to show you the correct
He's actually found it.
He's not looking so good, is he? I hope he hasn't got some sort of horrible disease.
Like we went straight to that.
Oh dear. It looks like he's down dead.
Oh,
Here comes his keeper.
who's got a theme tune?
She's just noticed he's really not looking very good at all, is he? We'd better dispose of the body. Make sure you put on gloves properly. This doesn't look like a very good way of putting them on.
Why have we never seen this before, Karen?
Yeah, why have we not seen
It's gold.
This is educational
This is great.
glory.
Yeah. This should be like Zookeeping 101.
Jack says, "What in the goddamn?"
Yep.
Let's get that properly.
Pretty much
Like
sums
this
up
chap's
everybody's
doing.
thoughts, Jack.
Is that you?
No, I'm just the voiceover.
No, you were just.
That's me putting gloves on now.
Yeah.
I was being watched by the
You're just the voiceover.
managing director of
You-
Safe 4.
Gareth is the David Attenborough of this.
Yeah, that is my
And I was
voice.
completely hungover doing this. Well, we was all hungover doing this.
When we're getting rid of any biohazardous waste, make
Look
sure
at the
to
hair.
do it properly.
That was the best bit, yes.
What the heck? Oh my god.
That's better. Using a bag that's properly marked and making sure to use gloves and disposing of the animal or biohazardous material properly.
I think it's been on the Biada website at one point.
Let's get rid of those gloves. That doesn't look very safe now, does it? Not very hygienic at all.
Oh, you idiot.
The script for this was written by Dr.
This is
Steve
the proper
Trent,
way to do it.
Venom Tech.
Was it?
Yeah. And Steve done all the filming and editing as well.
Yep. I mean, not just a Venom specialist, he's a filmmaker as well.
Me
Spielberg, watch out.
too, Jack. Me too.
Make sure to keep accurate records Otherwise, you might not know what the animal could have died of. There could be problems if you don't.
One vote to play this to the new keepers.
Oh my god, I've been doing it.
It's actually got credits.
Oh yeah,
I feel like this is the greatest honor of my life.
Yeah, I didn't realize
watching
it was
that
in the
video.
presence of a celebrity.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh my goodness.
That's Biar's.
That's what happens at zoo conferences.
Yep. We drink and we make films. It's
how do we do that on Usual Pets? Can we like this?
Yeah, you can like the stream, but you have to go onto YouTube to do it.
There we go. Look.
You open YouTube. Don't forget to mute YouTube, otherwise we'll all go deaf.
Oh yeah.
Right.
All of a sudden, everything will go black.
You be careful.
One vote to play. I do think that needs to be played to any new zookeepers. And yes, it should be mandatory.
I've been doing it all wrong. You know, I just use a pair of tongs and give him a flesh funeral. No problem.
Flick them across the room. I mean, sad to say, that was the last of its species. That was the last box.
Yeah. Was it boxes?
Yep. No longer with us, unfortunately.
But now you just killed box trolls for me. I love that movie. We even labeled our boxes. We had frog, we had pen, fish.
Also, I mean, Gareth, was he there when we done the I think it was at London Zoo, we done the enclosure design, and like some of us, like me and Steve, designed a walk-through walk-through snail enclosure.
I think so, yeah.
And like another team designed a walk-through stick insect enclosure, and we both said we're going to team up together and sell it to Chester Zoo. They've got the money to actually do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you could unofficially do it just by releasing a bunch of snails and stick insects into an enclosure and just hope they take over it. I might just do that, actually. Oh, God, he's got control of it.
Yeah, he's realised after
I actually liked you guys on. It was actually nice to see the faces behind the madness.
I mean, we've tried for the longest time to actually hide in the shadows.
Yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah,
we got a face for radio. No faces for radio.
Faces for radio, yeah.
Radio for faces.
Well, I've come onto YouTube and I still can't see how I'm supposed to like.
You just like the video.
How do I do it? There's no.
Yeah, there's the thumbs up button. You just click the little thumbs up icon.
There's no thumbs up icon.
You need to come off of that first.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. I've done it for the granddad.
No, he's in the live. You had live chat. That's what
My
it
phone. What's the face of the book?
Aaron, don't dislike it. How do I get it out? There's a live chat. Oh, there's an icon for live chat too.
Yeah. Oh God.
Here we go.
There we are.
This is like
We're only 2 hours, 12 into it.
Oh, this is that moment where you've just learnt that new skill. It's going to be used now, isn't it?
Leah, I'm sure you knew who they were because I
Thank you, Unusual Pets. That's really cool. It's really nice to it's really nice to make new listeners and new friends and stuff.
It is, yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm following you now too.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
I mean, it's what it's all about. It's all, supporting each other in our ventures and stuff. Like, you guys started the podcast kind of a similar way that I started my YouTube channel.
There was a big inspiration actually to it.
We did actually watch. You told us to watch some of his YouTube videos to get an idea of what we're going to do. Actually, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just going to rip you off.
No, it wasn't just you, Phil. There's a couple that we looked at, and also like tell you what, one of the ones, and you're going to be sick of me saying this name at this point, but it's not just animal ones that we looked at. So Phil, that was one that Gareth put you on to. Gareth put us onto you as research for this.
Yeah.
I've looked into a YouTuber called John Campier because his setup it's completely different. It's not about the natural world, but the way his show is set up is very similar formula. There's a few, wasn't there? There's a few that we looked into.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to take inspiration from just different bits and pieces to be able to build your own version, and then you see how it works. Exactly.
All joking aside, we do hope that you enjoy the content.
Yeah, no, we do.
I listen to you guys every week. Every single episode that comes out, I listen. I listen to it as soon as I can.
Urban Exotics UK. We have an email that you can get in contact with us through, or if you want to. No, don't put your email in the live public chat. It's probably not the best idea. Well, we'll put ours in, and you contact us. What is ours again?
Every week. You do. Every week. Yeah. It's nathistorykcupboard@gmail.com.
Nat History Cupboard.
Are you? We're also on Twitter at NH Cupboard. Sorry, I can't speak.
Yeah, and the same with Facebook as well.
Yeah. I think I'll put your Twitter and Facebook in the description of this, I think.
It's not a remote. Stop trying to throw the comment.
We don't actually have Instagram yet. No.
And I don't think we should.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, because none of us know how to use it.
Well, I know how to use Instagram. That's the one thing I do know how to use. But one of the things I've kind of learnt from watching other people's stuff is that the ideal way to run anything like this is to actually stick to 3 social media things, and we already have Twitter and Facebook that work very well for us. So I would rather we went towards YouTube than dilute ourselves too thin on lots of different social medias.
Right, that's a fair point.
This is actually the only time I've ever used Twitter. I've sent on there.
Yeah, you could skip Twitter, just delete it. Do a TikTok instead.
Okay.
TikTok's another one that I thought of. I'm not on TikTok, and I don't particularly like it that much, but that's because I'm an old man about it. But
I've kind of gotten into it. It's actually kind of funny. Some of them are on.
But again, it's the same thing. I mean, I might be wrong on this theory, but everything that I've seen, like, it seems to be that if you have 3, if you pick to concentrate on 3, it gives you enough to get yourself out there, but not so much that you're tirelessly having to do and share and spread your stuff across everything.
I think we should go on one of the real conspiracy ones, like Reddit or 4chan or something like that. Get people really thinking we're crazy.
We really don't want to go
on. Thank you for liking us on Facebook,
yes,
Jack.
Thank you very much, bud.
We agree Twitter is trash, but we get a lot of interaction on there.
We do. Well, Jeff's my Twitter.
I'm the one who tends to do a lot of the Facebook. I can only apologise.
Gareth does most of the Facebook.
And Jack, we will go to YouTube. I'm just figuring out Da Vinci 17.
Oh, hey, Annie.
We do exist on there.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hey, Annie.
But it's very hard to find her remember.
I have you on Twitter, actually. I know I have you on Facebook because I speak to Gareth quite.
Thank you, Annie's Arachnids.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah, Reptile Innovations. That's a much more eloquent way of saying what I was trying to say. Did the email come up on the live chat? Because I didn't see it come up, and I was trying.
Because you haven't got a spanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not lucky enough to have a spanner yet, boys. Sorry.
Oh, right. Okay.
Never mind.
What's a spanner?
You got to be special to have a spanner.
Actually,
it's a tool. I get
You know what? Even worse, I got our email wrong.
Oh, sorry.
After he has go at me for forgetting it.
I have it. I have the script sort of put into the front there, so I don't forget it every week.
Is it in Windy?
He's got it. He's got twit written on. Oh, that's Twitter. I thought he was calling himself a twit.
It has actually Twit. Yeah, that's how I refer to it.
It's the.
Yes, what I mean. I got it wrong. It's the Nat History Cupboard.
The Nat History Cupboard.
The Nat History Cupboard at gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'll see you there. The cupboard is open. Come on in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's our tagline.
That's our tagline.
Do come on in.
There is actually a real cupboard that the whole thing is based on.
All right.
Hence
Fine.
Brown's Greek.
And which one's right? Because
That
there's
one.
one not.
I wrote it wrong. It's off covered when I hit send. It was trying to spell check my words.
The Nat History Cupboard at gmail.com. Yeah, that's right.
That's the one, isn't it? And if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Thank you,
very much.
Urban Exotics.
Yeah. See, it just started following.
My analytics. I've gotten really into the analytics side of it.
Whoring ourselves out.
I don't mind being a dancing monkey.
No.
Phil has put the email up correctly after 3 of us failed. Everybody ignore all of us apart from Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil's specialist at this stuff, so it's fine.
And that's why I have it written down. It's the only way I'd remember it. Otherwise, there'd be far too many ums and ers. Otherwise, they'd have to be edited out.
And then, yeah, your episodes come out weekly every Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. So
Usually, it's always been.
It's always been. Literally,
I think
it's
it's been-
never come out.
There was one.
Oh, there was one that came a day late.
That was
Yeah.
late. Yeah, that was late.
Because we didn't know it was
we-
Sunday,
well,
did we?
we just-
None of us knew it was Sunday, so it didn't come out.
So usually Sundays are my day off, and that's sort of how I structure my week in my head. Is Saturday night, do all the write up for it,
Yeah.
get it ready to go. First thing Sunday morning, send it off. And that one, I was in work.
He was working Sunday, which
I went,
meant
oh
that
God, it's
we
Sunday.
both thought it was Saturday.
It was 11 o'clock by that point, and yeah, it had gone out a lot later than it normally does. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much. It's pretty much every week. And we try and get recorded and sorted on a Monday.
Got back from logging.
Welcome back, Michael.
Yeah, on Sundays you can watch my video in the morning and then catch the podcast as well.
I did it backwards. I had the podcast first this morning, and then your video came after.
Wow, that's just not acceptable.
is there a correct way of listening? Like, there's a correct way of forming a scone?
Oh, don't bring it into this.
No, I just had it.
I know.
Yeah, what's this with you having honey on your Sunday?
Every single time.
Just for your followers, can we just make sure that they know that it's cream on a scone first?
Yes.
Scone, cream, jam.
Yeah. There he always goes.
Equals diabetes, no problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will stay away
As long
from.
as you do it in the right order,
As
that's
long
all
as
that matters.
You don't want wrong order diabetes.
If it's the wrong order, you get worse.
And also, don't tend to have honey on
Diabetes and a slap.
Is that another scientific fact? Is it?
How do I contact you
You
guys?
can contact us on the Facebook page.
Facebook or Gmail, which none of us know apart from Phil.
Yeah.
Where in the world are you, Michael?
You're not far from me, I don't think.
It has dropped.
Send it down this way, please. Send the snow down this way. Who's the brain? A's the brawn. Christina's the heart.
I don't think any of us are going to argue with that.
It takes all.
I'm keeping.
Yeah, whereabouts are you, Michael? If it's snowing around here, 'cause I don't think it's that far from me.
Oh god, it's snowing already. I don't like the idea of snow.
I do. It might actually make winter worth.
Corby, Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire. Oh.
Northamptonshire.
Keep
okay.
it there. Keep
I
no
also
snow.
have
Send
snow
it this way, please.
I keep need to go to school tomorrow. I need freedom.
The more snow, the better.
I mean, it's either got to be proper snow, as in a good foot's worth of snow, or nothing. I hate
Slayer.
diddly little. Oh, there's slush everywhere now.
Last year, I live in like a bowl-shaped. Well, me and Drew live in like a bowl-shaped valley, and last year it snowed for one day, and on that one day, I couldn't get out to work, and fuck, I'll say it, best day of the year. I live on the hillside of this valley, right, and the field behind the house, it's got like these natural like granite rocky outcrops. They're really cool, like any time of year, but covered in snow, and there's these little kind of dimples in the hill before. So me and a mate had our snowboards out, and it was just it's so nice having a ride down the hill and like leaping off the rocks, crashing most of the time, but good fun. So yeah, bring the snow.
Well, the rest of us will work.
Yeah, well, live in a bowl valley.
How did you get in? Or did you just get in from?
He's always in.
I think I'm always in. I think I just appear at work. Yeah. There have been times when
I can't have those kind of excuses. I live at work.
yeah, you live far too close to work, if I remember.
Yeah, I live in the middle of work.
Exactly. Well, you can make the excuse. You just seal your door up and go, sorry, I can't get out.
No, he says, I tested positive. He gets 10 days off.
But yeah, literally, go like window there, and then it's Lemur Island.
Unusual pets. What in the valleys? You mean like Rhonda?
He lives by Brecon.
Brecon Beacon. My dad's side of the family was from Pontypridd and Tony Pandy.
Oh, wow.
Imagine.
We actually have a village named after our family up there called Wattstown. There's nothing there.
I haven't been to Ponty for ages.
Ohio, I'm trying to think. Northwest Ohio, there is.
That's northeast Ohio.
No,
Your
yeah, all right.
He got new glasses today. They failed him twice already.
Just the fact that I don't read things, but danger now. I'm trying to think. There's some pretty good fossil hunting in that. That's actual dinosaur
Wales
territory there.
Wales is the superior British country.
Agreed. That's why we keep tossing the rubbish back to England.
I mean, Cornwall consider themselves a separate country, and I would vote for them because I grew up partially in Cornwall, but they do their scones wrong, so I just can't give them the vote.
Go to war over some scones.
I would see the world burn for everyone to have a scone the right way.
Never get the food you got. That's all I can say.
Scone's done right.
Yeah, I think the best way to do a scone is to leave it when you found it in the shop.
Sacrilege.
I mean,
we do cakes once. We do cakes at Leah's house. That's it. Or if Leah comes to my house.
Hey, that just sounds like us in Britain. It doesn't even have snow an inch. It snows a millimeter. Like, oh my god!
North Carolina.
there's a leaf on the line. The whole thing's shut. Yeah.
That's pretty much England, but all it needs to be is just one icy droplet of rain, and England goes, "Oh my god!"
Oh, you've got a thing come up on your phone.
You've got a warp.
Whoa.
Oh, hi, Urban Exotic. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who you were talking to on the stream? Does that mean you've left us now? Like you're not going to talk to us anymore?
In which case, you're talking to no one.
I would like to come on. Yeah, no worries. We'll sort it out.
Good luck.
I read that completely wrongly. I read that as that you and Eddie have cake panties every week.
Actually, I do have edible panties, but they're not cake ones.
I don't even know what to say. I'm sure there was a joke in my head there, but I can't, it's gone.
You've quite a global what's the word? Presence, audience. Yeah.
Yeah, you got people all over. I mean, Christine's in. You're in. Is it North Carolina? You're in.
Yeah.
So,
North Carolina, home of the Hardy Boys, isn't it? Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Yep. That's what everybody seems to know about.
You want me to bring more cakes next time?
I only ever think of the Carolina parakeet.
No, there was something about North Carolina recently, a news article that I was considering doing, but I went with the wolves in Idaho
I was going to say
instead.
it wasn't the wolf thing, was it?
No, was North Carolina the Red Wolves? They were part of that Red Wolf. Yeah, I think it was. I think it might have been a university or something in North Carolina to get Red Wolves back out in the wild.
Okay.
I can't remember. I'd have to come back. All I can hear now. It's been over a decade since I've watched any wrestling, and all I can hear right now is the Hardy Boys theme music. You wouldn't know it, but
No, I don't. Not a clue.
it thumped. There's a lot of bass in it.
there you go. Yeah, Maria says they got the Red Wolves.
Yeah. I believe there was. I believe it was 7 Red Wolves that North Carolina Zoo and one of the universities helped reintroduce to the wild. I think there was like 4 cubs and 3 adults or something like that. And by all accounts, it was a success. I did cover it in the podcast. I remember it now.
Probably North Carolina Zoo and Asheboro is good about doing stuff like that.
It's always nice to see ones that are pushing like real effective conservation work.
Conservation and reintroduction, they're really good about that.
That university in Idaho was sponsoring them, but then they're fucking idiots, and the government went and wiped them out, didn't they? Killed an entire den of cubs. But that's Idaho, yeah. From everything I understand about that North Carolina story is that their reintroduction of Red Wolves was very good.
So
they have edible penis rings. Oh my god! I did not know that.
Who was saying just now that they're doing a video of their fossil collection?
Lewis, Urban Exotics.
Lewis is the one that texted us.
Yeah.
Am I going to end up getting jealous?
I think we should watch that at some point. Yeah, let us know when it's up, and we'll watch that.
I'm probably going to end up getting jealous.
I saw Iberian. Yeah, I worked with. Again, that's Lewis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I worked with 3 Iberian wolves. In a well, no, I'll name it. I worked with 3 Iberian wolves when I was working at Knowsley, and they were really cool and just lovely. Probably the best pack of wolves I've worked with. In fact, the male was from Dartmoor Zoo, and he was moved up just before I ended up coming back down here.
Yeah, they got them.
But
have they still got them?
Yeah, I think so.
Maria and Morena were gorgeous wolves. Unfortunately, they both passed away for different reasons, but it was a real shame to lose them. But they live on through their pups. They had a successful litter that their dad Carlos is now looking after. But the Iberian wolves are stunning wolf.
Ellie, Mike wants to know what flavour you got.
I just messaged them back.
Okay.
Oh,
Critter lover Maria says she lives near conservation area for red wolves.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to hear from you if you want to. Iberian wolves are beautiful. I think they're one of the more beautiful. I don't want to say subspecies because they are great. They're European grey wolves, but they were isolated by the Pyrenees by the glacier.
Jack.
But we'd love to hear from you about your red wolves if you'd like to send anything into the podcast. Partially just to get us more traffic.
You just want more pictures of wolves.
Right, Jack, cheers for joining.
take care, Jack.
Bye, Jack.
Jack, it's been wild.
It's been emotional. Yeah.
It's been an emotional roller coaster, Jack.
It has. The words.
There's one bit on wolves that I know you'd love to talk about, Aaron, that a lot of people don't realise is how wrong the alpha omega type thing is.
Yeah.
Hang on, wait. He's
He's revving up. I mean, it is infuriating.
Yeah.
It's so infuriating.
One of the worst things to happen is that alpha wolf theory. It is so wrong. And can I say, if anyone still believes in that, like your faith in a theory that was debunked in 1971 should embarrass you. No, not by the guy that coined it, by the guy that popularized it. David Meach popularized it for his book, and then he did some more research, found out he was wrong, and did the scientific thing, which was correct himself. But love the good part of the alpha.
You can have a lot of fun when it comes to the whole alpha wolf thing. You can spot people who are wearing.
There is, if you guys are interested, there is a Facebook group. I'm going to try and find it, but basically where people send in photos of.
It's like real life. Where's Wally? Basically.
People with t-shirts,
big wolf fleeces.
Yeah.
Is it like shite metal shirt top trumps?
It's
they should make it to the top trumps.
I think they could.
They should make it.
There's one for metal shirts on Facebook. It's like shite metal t-shirts, top trumps, and the wolf is always on there, the classic wolf howling at the moon and stuff. We class that as a metal t-shirt as well, kind of thing. Anything like that always goes on there. Like, oh look, we're spotted on In the Wild.
I don't think I can think. In my mind, wolves don't come up as a very metal animal anyway.
Wolves, by their very nature, are cowards.
Just run away.
They run away. They're not
Wasps.
going to attack you.
Wasps are a metal.
Wasps are metal. Wasps are terrifying.
Yes, the Wolf Fleet Appreciation Society. You were right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, check it out.
That is brilliant.
There's some absolute gold on there.
Yeah.
Not to kind of kill the humor of it, but the
I think you just hold it up.
That's a lot of wolf.
That's the sort of thing that's on there.
That's what you're looking.
That's what you're waiting for. You get on the shite metal t-shirt top trumps as well, stuff like that.
I was gonna say not to kill the humor of it, but it's not just like the alpha wolf theory affecting people's understanding of wolves. It's very deeply ingrained in dog training as well, with all this dominance theory, and you must be dominant and aggressive over your dog nonsense. You don't need to be the alpha in your family. Don't feed that ego.
I think it also populates sort of human relationships.
Oh, absolutely. The whole alpha male thing,
It's not a healthy thing for
animals.
It's not a healthy thing for humans.
No. It's not real in wolves. It's not real in lions. It's everything that it's based on. The
problem is that it's so often that even to this day, schools still teach that type of stuff. Still say that all the time, and but it's wrong.
Yeah. It's just as bad as the whole venom and poison thing. People can't seem to those two the right way
Yeah,
around.
they're always mixed up. Yeah. But the hilarious thing with that is that then, especially with snakes, is that then you get the people that deny the existence of poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
Because then they go, oh no, the venomous is like, yeah, but there are still some poisonous ones.
Yeah.
There's not many, but there's a go, and some of them are poisonous and venomous at the same time. But yeah, that's only one that's always gets confused all the time.
It's just stuck into the I'm going to use this word, the zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist,
Yeah, I'm throwing that one in there.
Hello.
That's a good one.
It's a Scrabble word there. Just
we've arrived, everyone.
Yep.
So going down the chat, I think the main thing is, do any of you have a foot fetish? That seems to be what the chat is on about at the moment.
I mean,
it is a valid
It's a valid question.
No, not really.
No, I'm afraid not.
I mean, I've got a dinosaur's skeletal foot reconstruction at home, but I don't think it's a fetish.
Have you done anything with it?
No.
Put it on a shelf.
Is it Iguanodon footprint?
No.
No, that's the one that's in the.
No, it's Compsognathus reconstruction. Hang on, let me. What was that?
Oh, he's
Here
got
we
it.
No,
Here we go.
This is a shit little Velociraptor one.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, it's
That's about as much as it's
fake.
Show
but-
the people.
Hello, I'm a Velociraptor foot. I'm the left foot, as you can tell.
I think Aaron's got more of a fetish than I do, apparently.
Yeah.
Splitting you maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you.
That's right, though. So I think every person to do with reptiles has heard that one.
Oh yeah, those things. It's trying to size you up.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good myth.
That is a good myth. Yes.
We'll do that one.
We'll.
Actually, we've not done many.
Thanks, guys, for all the content.
Yeah, this is brilliant. We're just writing this down.
You're writing our podcast for us.
We
should do more of this.
Yeah.
How can you tell a dino toad from a stone? That is a good question, Michael.
Apparently, according to Gareth, you lick it.
Don't lick coprolites unless it's got bone in it. You just, but you've all asked me to lick it.
Oh right. Don't lick it unless you're asked to lick it.
Peer pressure. The rock. The simple answer is it's just down to what you know to be a coprolite. Some of them they look physically different to just a rock, but you could split them open and see what's inside because it'll have fossilized whatever was in there. So there's a coprolite from, they reckon, a T-Rex, and it's got chunks of dinosaur bone in it that they know that it was a carnivorous animal. If you probably cut that one open, I'm not going to cut it open because I don't want to destroy it.
Oh, Maria, take care.
Probably full of fish scales and bits and pieces.
Bye, Maria. Good night.
I'd like Maria. Cheers for joining.
Bye.
Gareth, whilst you're talking, there's some absolute smuts in this chat.
Sorry, I can see that's the problem.
Yeah, after a certain point, the chat does descend.
There's probably a law for that. It's a law of how long the chat goes on before suddenly it descends to smut.
Yes, he does. He does.
Hang on, what have I agreed to?
This what Lewis says.
He does. Absolutely confirmed.
I don't.
I'm gonna have to hop off. I don't
do anything with them.
It's getting late for dinner over here, so I've got to hop off and go feed my husband.
Hey, Rose,
It's
Give
been
him a
fun.
sandwich and come back.
Huh?
Give him a sandwich and come back.
Oh, y'all have fun. And
All right, no, Christine.
Bye, y'all.
Nice to have met you.
Right.
To meet y'all too.
Can I just point out that Gareth's wife is even agreeing with us in your comments there?
Yeah. Paris has agreed that you have
Ah,
a dino poo fetish.
Outed by your soulmate.
Actually, if you're there, just if you're trying to get a hold of me, the phone's got no signal, so it's good to know that you can get in contact with me here.
Yeah.
There is literally no signal here.
And you haven't given me the Wi-Fi code.
I could give you the Wi-Fi code.
Probably don't do that live on the internet.
No.
The Wi-Fi code is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paris. I've given away your disguise now. You've been outed on the thing.
Absolute smut, honestly.
Poo emoji.
Who told you there was a poo emoji? Actually, I don't even know how you find the poo emoji, but
Oh, you just type poo in. I know how to do that one.
oh right. I'm really bad at this.
So, is there? Well,
That's
what you got what you got planned for the next sort of episode, or have you not decided yet, or is that a secret?
We've got something very
Yeah.
exciting and special for episode 43, haven't we?
Yeah. Yes.
We have we've got another interview lined up. We won't say who, but unless you want to say it.
No, we'll keep it a surprise. But shall we say?
But
shall we
see
say
what
what
you
it
said on the post?
So, well, I'm not going to repeat. I can't remember what I said. But
Read the Facebook post,
guys. If you're interested in lions, this is the podcast, the episode to get started.
Yeah.
And if you've got any lion-based questions, you have until 8 o'clock tomorrow night to get those questions in. Please do, because this guy
We've got nothing.
he's an authority on lions for sure. He's probably forgotten more about lions than most people will ever learn. It's going to be fantastic to have him on and that.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
That's 43, and then 42 is for an animal that has an international this animal day coming up.
International Awareness
Yes.
Day, isn't it?
Or or something awareness day, and that's coming up in this next one. It's one of my favorite animals.
Yeah, it's one that we've had on the drawing board for quite a while. Actually.
Yes, and it's why our creature features have been all over the place because
we've been trying to
because I
rearrange
wanted to do this one on this day, so we keep rearranging them, and then we've had to reschedule due to.
Well, it's doubly special, isn't it? Because it's not just that it's the Animals Appreciation Day; it's also that it coincides somewhat with your birthday.
It does,
which is
exactly with my birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's on the same day.
it's fantastic, fantastic.
Oh,
You got 2 line questions today and others.
oh, thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
On Twitter.
Where was that? I'm guessing Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So everyone send your lion questions in to the guys. Was it by 8 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, by 8 o'clock tomorrow. Send it in via email or Twitter or Facebook. Probably don't do it here because the chat's moving so quickly. We wouldn't be able to keep up. But yeah, send in your line questions.
Carrier pigeons, owls,
ravens,
bricks with notes taped on them, thrown through windows,
smoke signals. Hi, Leah. And what else? Didgeridoo.
Yeah, we do have some line questions.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's basically when it comes to the creature features and all of that, we have a list that we put together of all of the different ones weeks in advance, basically, so we know what the running order is going to be, and also it gives us a chance to sort of research it and gives the other two the chance to have a look at the same thing as well. Yes, they do. Yeah, they're all alphas.
Everything's got an alpha.
Is Lewis still around in the chat?
I don't know, Leah.
Yes, the Lion King is
about
real.
it.
Absolutely.
It's so real.
It's factual.
I probably should because I missed you.
I'm guessing it's not Craig Bush.
Oh no, he's in the background, pulling the teeth and claws out of those lions.
There were words that want to come out and stop him. I am being
I was
so
you by saying that name.
He is the alpha of all the lions.
The funniest thing is, the moment we come off this, he's just going to go into a rant just to wall or.
There's Lewis. Yes, we do talk about fish. The more fish, the better.
Yeah.
I love marine life, and you guys are interested in fish too. And the fact that you rehabilitate a baby pressure shark makes me want to talk to you even more.
Cool.
Yes.
That is really awesome.
There's, I think I've got 2 or 3 fish ones in the works. There's definitely.
I think my next one's a marine creature, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
we've definitely done some of it.
It's right here.
Oh,
we've got the rolling agenda right here.
Yes, my next one is marine based.
He's just brought up a chart with all of our different
all the
animals on it.
All the ones coming up.
Your next one is not fish, though.
No, but it is a marine animal.
It is a marine creature, yeah. Aaron tends to stick to the sea.
Yeah.
I don't think I will just do one, Leah. I never just do one.
Just put your link in the chat, Ellie, for your fundraiser.
All right, it's all right. I'll do it next time.
Do the lick test.
Is there such a... No, there isn't, and you know the answer to that. Because I've bored you about that so many times.
Michael Taylor, you could easily find a dino turd in your garden. Like your garden will have lots of dino turds in it.
Depends if you feed them out there, you know. Just won't be fossilized.
My patio is covered currently in a aquatic dino turd.
Yeah.
I need to hose it down.
Oh shit, every.
Yeah, well, we made the mistake of letting her in the kitchen the other day. She chased the cat out and then dumped.
There's only one reason a duck should be in a kitchen, and it's not to say hello to a cat. It's to be bathed in orange sauce and slowly roasted.
Yes. They do.
That's a fairly serious question.
I think so, yeah. I don't think they're particularly choosy on it.
No. They're all feet.
How much you off your target now, Ellen?
Well, we reached the first target, and then the second target was 250, and I think we're at 135.
What's it for?
Yeah.
Alzheimer's research.
Okay.
That's a decent target.
Yeah.
For a valid cause, too.
Absolutely.
So feel free if you want to donate.
Yes. Can you send us a link as well to the?
Hello.
Yeah.
Put a link in the chat if you want, Ellie.
I'm doing it.
You're a spanner, aren't you? Should be a spanner.
Yeah, I'm a spanner.
Yeah, Ellie's good luck. She's always doing fundraising for charities.
I don't know if you have. Maybe I don't think you have, but I've done like an episode on, or a segment on the amount of animals that have been misnamed over the years, like things like maned wolves that aren't wolves, electric eels aren't eels.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed
tarantulas
that.
aren't tarantulas.
I think I zoned out for a second.
Did you just drop out of the room?
I lost it.
It's animals that are named incorrectly. Got the common names.
There's also an issue with misidentification where they look at one animal and then they label it the same as the other animal, and then it all changes later.
Yeah.
Well, I hate how people still insist on calling echidnas spiny anteaters. You know, they're totally unrelated to anteaters, and they don't even look anything like an anteater in my mind. And I'm going to say it's going to be controversial, but I think they're cooler than anteaters.
Echidnas? Oh, far cooler. But I think
you can go.
I say that.
Spinosaurus cooler than T-Rex as well.
I mean,
Come out.
there's not many places in the UK that you can see echidnas. There's Paynton and Hamilton. I think that's it.
Yeah, they got. Yeah.
I don't know if they're on display though. I don't know. I know they've got them.
Yeah, I've never been there. I know that they
I'm
have them.
I'm yet to go, and it's up the road.
Oh, there's no excuse for you then.
Got your link.
It's like maybe like an hour away, or maybe under an hour.
Aardvark cooler than anything.
I
other
agree.
than
I
Rhino
agree.
Iguanas.
Aardvark are great.
They're great, yeah.
And Rhino Iguanas as well.
It's only because she's coming on those bed ones.
I'll answer your messages about coming on the podcast a bit later on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you, Lewis. Cheers for doing it.
Nice to meet you.
Bye, Lewis.
They are pretty cool, Rhino Iguanas. Never worked with them though. I've never worked with
I have.
Green Iguana and Fijian. Those are the only two I've worked with.
Oh, Fiji's nice.
Green Iguana
very
and Rhino Iguana. The Rhino Iguana were in a mixed exhibit with sulcatus at the time when I worked with them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
We've got their Rhino Iguanas mixed up with.
They're with Galapagos tortoises.
How you doing, Derek?
Well, Bristol have them with Aldabs, don't they?
That at least makes a bit more sense, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And then they're like, from very different. No, not yet. I need that though.
I got mine already. It came like 3 days ago.
How have I not got mine yet? Yeah, Robbie's got his. You've got yours.
It comes with Tula.
Yeah. Gareth, I don't. Hey, hold up again. I don't know. Gareth, have you heard of Andrew Smith?
Andrew Smith. No.
He does tarantula documentaries.
Ah, that sounds interesting.
Scarlett.
That's his third one on. I mean, it's like most of the East African baboon species, and then also the lions of Savo.
No, there's something I've always enjoyed is the lions of Savo.
And stuff.
One of the best films ever made to do with probably the only film ever made to do with the lions of Savo, Ghost in the Darkness. Love that film.
Oh, dude, the dreads. You see this one? This is an OBT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
They
Little
are based.
fucker of the Hobbit.
Is it not King Baboon?
Hi, Russell.
No, it's orange. Look.
Yeah, but the title.
I know what it says on the title, but that one isn't a King Baboon. That's an OBT. But they got other ones at the back.
Look at that. Hey, Russell.
All right, Russell.
But yeah, no, that's his third documentary, and I mean, it's like, how long is it a 2? I think he said it's like a 2-hour long documentary or something.
The first DVD is 176 minutes. The second DVD is 64 minutes.
Well, that's his third one. He's got one on Lacidora, one on Brachypelma. And then he's got that. Yeah, Mo says yes, King Baboon.
Yeah, these ones. There's one on a Paleoniobus and the Desert Tarantula. And then the first disc is on the King Baboon and the man-eating of lions. Yeah. Sounds good. I don't got a DVD player, so I don't know how I'm going to watch it.
And then he's going to be
fast on your finger.
Pardon?
Spin it really fast on your finger, and then project. No, I don't know.
I used to watch them on my old MacBook, but the old MacBook gone now because it was over 12-year-old and it just couldn't handle the design software.
No.
Yeah, and then he's going to start work on his fourth one, which is on Poecliferia.
I wouldn't mind getting that one. I like pookies.
That'll be a good one as well. Well, he's got all the footage. But yeah, he goes out to the locations, to the type locations, to go and find them in the wild.
Oh wow!
And stuff. He's named species before as well. He works for Oxford University.
The only tarantula documentary that I can recall watching that was purely tarantulas was about Australian tarantulas and how secret some of the areas where they are kept because of the sort of international trade in just basically plucking them out of the wild and shipping them off to well, a lot of them were going to Southeast Asia and that to be sold in the sort of pet market there. But there's a massive sort of, like operation to keep the areas where a lot of these tarantulas are in sort of decent numbers, or at least some of the species, completely secret. But that's the only one I can remember ever seeing a DVD. Oh, not a DVD, a documentary. So.
What are you doing?
More documentaries on tarantulas, I think, is a good thing, or any sort of invertebrate that's not your standard.
Yeah, that's what Andrew does. So like this one was done all through Kickstarter. I think the next one will be as well.
But I like the first one, the one that he sent me on a link. Is that the Desert Tarantula?
Oh, well, the Desert Tarantula documentary.
Blonde one, isn't it? The blonde.
It does on from the Palma and stuff. But that, he done that like 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
It would have been a lot harder to get.
It was like the first ever, like full length tarantula documentary.
Nothing's wrong, Leah, but I have to get going soon because
it's just gone past 11 o'clock. We've been on for 3 hours.
I need to shower. I need to plank, and I gotta do some other exercise.
So
otherwise, I will get fat.
We'll wrap it up. But if you're interested, I'll send you a link to his website. They're like, I think he sells them like 10 each or 2 for 15 quid or whatever.
Doesn't sound too bad. There we go. We could do a review of some of those DVDs.
Yeah,
and he goes into all the history and everything and stuff of like who discovered them and stuff.
Review.
Well, yeah, that might be where we go into doing YouTube things. Is doing reviews of DVDs like that, but also doing our own movie reviews of how bad.
On the question of reviews, right? If you're gonna do reviews, please can you guess Scott's microphone is a sexing device and review that. I would love to find out all the reviews of you.
Okay.
He's never going to live that down.
You'll have to just figure it out yourself.
He will never live that down, will Scott.
Fair enough. We'll look into that.
Well, I'm going to probably start shutting down. So, cheers, guys, for joining us.
That's all right.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Everyone go and search for Natural History Covered Podcast on Facebook and Twitter and Spotify.
Yeah, I've already followed on Spotify.
The dark web with.
I'm going to have a look on Facebook. Is it the same name on Facebook?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant podcast. Learn loads on it. So, cheers for joining us, guys.
Night, Derek. Take care.
Cheers for everyone in chat for joining.
Night, Leah. Night, Michael.
Nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Russell, everyone.
Again next week.
Problems. Speak to you all later. Take care, everyone.
No more mute.